Hey everyone, this is Rob,
Hey, Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast and everything you need to know about old school RuneScape.
Meet Merp.
Merp. All right, so this week up on the docket, we have a new skill.
Yeah, and we have, should we say the guest?
Yeah, obviously we're going to talk about the guest. We have to go one at a time.
Okay, we have a new skill. Shamanism's out.
Yes, shamanism and taming both came out at the same time, and sailing is left in the dust.
Mm-hmm. By left in the dust, you mean in game today?
Wow, that was a really crazy segue.
I'm trying my hardest.
Yeah, so we got sailing released today, so that's pretty exciting. A bunch of people have already, made tons of guides and everything on
I thought
the
you were
skill.
going to say max, and I was like, no one's max.
No one's even close to max. I think like the highest person is like around 1 million XP.
No one should be able to max day one.
Well, yeah, we'll talk
I
about.
will die on this hill.
We'll talk about why that's definitely not possible. But so obviously we're gonna talk about that, and then like Michelle mentioned, we do have a guest this week. So feel free if you saw that there's a guest and are like, why is this guy talking? I only care about the guest.
We're joined by Saeder, and there's timestamps down below if you want to listen.
Yes.
There was one part in the Q&A with Saeder when my mic was muted because Goose stepped on my... I'm just going to get rid of the button to mute on my keyboard because it actually kind of happens a lot. I was muted for 5 minutes and I had to cut out an entire part of our conversation. It's okay. It was just about veganism. So I had to cut out my propaganda, unfortunately. And then I had to record myself after asking 2 of the questions.
Nice.
Yeah, it was embarrassing to realize.
Yeah, so if you want to listen to the interview with Saeder, shout out to Saeder. Had him, we were on his podcast, and so
Twice.
Michelle had him on ours, so that was pretty cool. And shout out to him as well. He also has a podcast. Go check it out.
Cast and
Yes.
the Say More cast.
Yeah, they do talk about RuneScape a lot.
Yeah,
obviously. So yeah, and also he has streams and stuff like that, which we'll link down below. So shout out to him, and also shout out to all of you guys because each episode is sponsored by Patreon members.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so we do appreciate the support. If you listen, you support us, which is also appreciated. But if you just want to do a little bit more, maybe you're like, damn, I really like these guys for some reason. I don't know.
$5.
I don't know why. Maybe you do. Yeah, pass us a few bucks. It really does help us out, and we use it to improve the pod.
Yes, hence the new, to me, it's a used desk. Ooh la la.
True.
Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say.
What were you gonna say?
I forgot.
Remember right now.
Oh, and we've been consistently putting out the episodes early on Thursdays for patrons.
Yes.
So
yeah, you don't just give us money and we give you nothing in return. There's
we're
obviously
trying really hard to give you stuff in
there's
return.
Obviously perks, at different levels. That's
little
all
shout outs, etc.
So yeah, you will get episodes early.
Usually we put it out Friday morning.
Perks.
Yeah, we're rushing the podcast now for you guys.
Sure.
It's lowered in quality. You're welcome.
Anyways, though, besides all that, we do have a few other things to get into. It's not just sailing. It's not just Saeder. It is
mostly those 2 things, though.
Yeah, we do have one other thing to mention, and I'll just kind of talk about it right now because it's very quick. There's another episode of the official OSRS podcast.
Yeah, Madalena joins. They're talking a lot about sailing. So she was at... How do you pronounce it? Would it be bow or bow? Bow, right?
Yes.
Bow of sailing development. The entire new skill processes from the very start. She played a monumental role in bringing the skill to life, and there's tons of wealth to be gained from listening to her episode. So a few parts to listen for is from dock to launch, talking about getting the brand new skill and launching it. Sailing in plain English, what clicked during development, what surprised the team, and how early feedback shaped choices. Design trade-offs, where the team pushed for clarity, where they chase depth, and how they think about adding more over time. Player first planning, how opinion surveys and follow-up polls will help guide the next waves of sailing content. And quick tips for day one, which is kind of stuff we're going to go over in the other blog. So
essentially, if you are not new, but more than likely new and don't really know about the life cycle of how we got to sailing as it is now, or want to know more in depth about it, then that might be a good episode to listen to.
Yeah, and Madalena seems really cool, so go listen to her episode. Yeah,
she does.
That'd be cool to have her on here.
Yeah, so obviously we have that. We have a few other things as well, but obviously most of it is going to be about sailing. Yes. It's the only new skill we've got in 20 years, so we have to talk about it.
Duh.
Yeah, but before we get into all that sailing jargon, Michelle, how are the high seas for you?
I mean, I don't even want to talk about sailing that much because I'm level 2, I think. No, I'm level 5. I finished the quest.
That's like you pretty much maxed.
All I've done today is do the quest because I'm really trying to lock in on my medical coding course, and I'm having a really hard time locking in on that course for some reason. Probably, I think once I get close to finishing stuff, then I'm just like, oh, now I'm over it, you know? But I will finish it. Even if I don't end up getting the certificate, I will finish this freaking course.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, because of that, I only got to do the quest. I liked it more than I remember in the beta. Was it like a dumbed down version of the beta? I don't remember. All I know,
they were all technical tests.
oh yeah,
It was
all I
never the
remember.
actual skill.
But you did the quest, is why.
Yeah.
I'm wondering. All I remember in the beta is like space barring and then having to Google because I was like, shoot, I don't know what I'm doing. So I actually read the quest and did all that. It was funny though, whenever I was doing on my PC, my like player and my ship, my raft, disappeared. Like I couldn't see them. So I was having to hover over stuff to figure out where things were. It was fine on mobile though. Don't know what the issue was on PC. Maybe it was RuneLight. Maybe it's just because that was first thing this morning for me, so it wasn't out for the longest at that point.
Are you using HD?
Yes, I am.
Oh, there's a known bug.
I was like, it's probably something about that.
Yeah, there's a known bug with HD.
Yeah, but it.
I don't know if that's it, but there are several issues with HD.
It wasn't too bad. Like, it wasn't disappearing all the time. It was just a couple of times. It was just noticeable whenever, like, Will and Anne in the quest were having me salvage, and I was like, having to hover over till something said I was over the salvaging hook, and then I had to click it. Like, I can't see it.
Oh, cool.
So that was kind of funny. But I like it so far. Outside of that, I have been doing the most random stuff this week. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. So I did, I don't think I mentioned it this week. I didn't. So last week I finished opening my elite clues. So I hit 200 total and I unlocked, was it an emote? No.
I don't know. What?
I unlocked an item. Oh, a casket that you could carry on, a heavy casket. And then on Sunday, I unlocked the 100 master clues and I got a, like, what's the thing? It's like a bag on your back, kind of like Santa has, like a sack on your back. Full of clues.
Sack on the back.
Yeah, exactly. With the boys. And then.
What?
So, like, your homies doing tricks on it.
Ain't no homies putting their sacks on my back, dude.
Oh, you're putting yours on them.
All right.
Santa. We're talking about Santa. Anyway, so I don't even know where I was with that. Oh, yeah. Whenever I was doing one of the clues, there was a step for me to go to Shades of Morton and open up a chest. And I was like, I think I got like a collection log slot. And I was like, what's the deal here? Because I've always done it during leagues and never really fully looked into it. It's actually pretty chill, especially as a main, because you can just buy the remains. So I've been working on green logging that randomly.
Yeah.
You should green log it on average in 512 remains burned for like the gold chest. I'm at 600 now. And I only have 2 of the 4 pieces of the outfit, the zealot outfit. So I'm working on that. Probably going to pause on that bit for sailing. I really want to go to the Griffin boss and try to get that pet. It's super cute. I mean, its little icon is cute. I don't even know what it looks like in game. Other than that, I got my elbow tattooed this week. So, I mean, you'll be able to see if you have the video on, but I'm going to post a picture of it because it's peely and I probably shouldn't be bending it like I just did, but I did it anyway. So,
I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
It's on the elbow. You're going to have to bend it.
I'm trying not to do it too much, but so that's kind of why I was also doing like all this chiller content. I got it done on Sunday and I was like, well, I don't really want to be clicking like F keys and doing like sweaty things because I move my arm too much, I guess. You really don't realize how much you bend your arm until you try to actively not bend your arm. So yeah, just collection logging and then now working on sailing. And I also officially, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on here or not. I might have. I officially scheduled surgery to have a hysterectomy, which is very crazy.
Okay.
Have I mentioned that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I have no idea. So, it's not like a super medical concern or anything. I've just like wanted, I don't want kids. So, and then.
Yeah, no one knows what that is, by the way. Like a normal human doesn't know what that is.
Sorry. It's a uterus removal.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. No.
I've always known because my mom had one when I was little.
You're a girl too.
Yeah, but I didn't know. That's not why I knew. I just knew because my mom had one.
I mean, you have to think about it. Who's listening and is a girl and knows about medical procedures?
I don't know.
You
I
have
should
to
do a
describe
poll
these things.
and be like, who knows what a hysterectomy is and doesn't have a uterus and never had a uterus? Just to be clear, they didn't also have hysterectomy.
I would have never have known.
Really? You didn't know what it was? So I told you?
Why would I?
Why would I? I don't know.
Because it's your body part.
I know, but like a lot of people never consider getting one. I
Okay.
used to get confused with getting your tubes tied though.
I don't know. I
We've
feel,
heard of that, right?
yeah.
Okay, I was like, I don't know,
I'm just saying, like, I don't know why that's surprising you. Why would I know what that
because
is?
I know what
I'm
like a
not a doctor.
vasectomy is.
Yeah, but that's not an invasive surgery.
I don't know. Anyway, what I'm gonna be doing is getting my uterus removed, my fallopian tubes removed, and my cervix removed. So exciting. Keeping the old ovaries, because otherwise I'd go through menopause. So that's cool.
Sick.
Yeah, and it all sounds like scary, but from what I've talked to like 3 people who had it within the last few years, and they're like, yeah, you could pretty much walk around like the next day. It's just
I'll
you're really tired.
I'll say the only cool part about this is what they do is like that sounds like crazy,
Do
but
you
what
care if I say? I wasn't sure if I'd say if you'd be like, that's gross.
no, I don't care. I'm
Okay,
gonna say it right now.
go for
So
it.
the way that they actually do the
I've
procedure
told them about it a lot.
is they just do like a small cut, it's like an inch big, and then they go in there with like a little like blender gun and just like blend up
No,
her insides and suck it out.
that's how they did for my sister. It's gonna be a little bit different for me.
It's practically the
That's
same.
gnarlier. For me, you can skip all this if it grosses you out. You know what? You're probably already skipping if it grosses you out. I'm gonna have 3 cuts, one in my belly button, and then they're going to fill my abdomen up with gas. And then they're gonna use the thing that you were talking about, like put something in there to like see everything. Laparoscopic surgeries I'm having, so it's like I don't know, exploring my stomach, and they're gonna pull out all those parts through my belly button. Crazy, crazy. I'm gonna be asleep.
Damn, that's sick. What if you die?
I know.
Should I continue
I
the podcast without you?
Yes.
Oh,
And
okay.
just have Moose and Goose sitting here, and all I can see is their little ears.
I'll just cut to like the blank space of you whenever I'm like, and I'll just talk like you're like I'll be insane, just like
No, you
talking
should
like you're
talk to
there.
me and then edit, and you sing over here being like, yes, that's what I think too.
I'll
Like
I'll
me.
collect all of the episodes
Hmm.
and use them to make an AI voice of you, and then do the voice
So
back,
creepy. Ew, don't
so
do
it'd be like you never
that.
left. Or I can hire someone to be you.
It's so weird.
Yeah, that would be sick.
But I told my manager about it today, like, or my supervisor once it was confirmed for like leave of absence because it's a couple weeks off, and she was like, "Oh, well, like, what do you like? Is there anything you're like nervous about for it?" Because I was just talking about all like the pros. Which, by the way, I'll never have to get Pap smear again. I'll never be able to get cervical cancer. Like
That's
that's
just like a
cool.
that's just like a physical. I didn't know what that was either.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a woman's physical.
If you look up the instrument they use,
No,
it's freaky. And then, can't get pregnant. All that's pretty cool. No more periods. Insane. And my supervisor was like, "Oh, is there like anything that you're nervous about?" And I was like, "Dying." And she's like, "Oh, that's like the worst thing." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." But I'm already scared of dying all the time anyway. So I just drive in the rain and I'm like, hope I don't die. That would suck.
yeah.
Because I drive
I'm
death at night and I
only
think that.
like worried about dying when I feel like I'm about to.
Does that happen frequently?
No, but it's happened enough times where I
Oh, when you
know.
had that weird inflamed muscles on the chest
True.
going on, that was kind of scary.
Yeah.
The doctor was like, "Yeah, it's just like inflammation. Take
Yeah.
ibuprofen."
Weird. Yeah. If
I
anyone,
thought you were having a heart attack.
yeah, we all thought I was having a heart attack, but no, it's like I forgot the name of it, but it sounds like Costco, which is why the only
Mm,
reason I remember it.
yeah.
It's like inflaming of the chest.
Still go to your doctor if your chest hurts, but don't immediately assume the worst.
Yeah. True.
But we're not advising you to not go because it could be this thing. Still go to the doctor, please.
Yeah. Anyways, that's a lot of doctor talk.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited about it, and it's gonna be cool.
Oh, what are you gonna do for the 3 weeks?
Play video games. You maybe play Baldur's Gate.
Oh, okay, so she's
We
not gonna play any
I'm
RuneScape.
gonna play
She's not gonna get
RuneScape.
any levels. She's gonna be level 10 sailing still
No, I
at the
really
end of
want to work
this.
on sailing after all done recording. Or do you remember last year? Anyone that was around, I had like 2 weeks off, not really, but like a week and a half off around Christmas time because I request off random dates. And I was like, I'm gonna start playing BG3 again. Blah blah blah. I didn't. I played leagues the entire time. So you never know. I want to play BG3, but will I? Who knows?
Maybe.
I'm waiting to play with Schools, Ninja, and Evercore, aka Wraith. But it's Wraith's been having some crazy issues and it won't work and it always like just quits the game whenever we all try. And the other day it was working fine because we all went and we're like, okay, let's just like randomize characters, run in and see if it works. And it worked. And then we're like, okay, let's go and actually play 2 days later and like make our characters. It wouldn't work anymore.
Well, then why not just play it
So
without making your characters?
I don't think that's the issue. I think it was a fluke that it worked that time. Because now it's not working again. Him and Moose were trying by themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it wasn't working.
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like a skill issue.
I think they're going to email Larian, or they're supposed to email, but I don't know if Wraith has yet. We're just trying to play the game because they're very afraid if I start playing solo, then I won't play with them anymore, which is a valid fear. I do get
They're
addicted.
having the Game of the Year awards, and I think Larian potentially is winning, or at least in the running for like best community support or something like that.
Really? For BG3?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I still love this game. I haven't even played it in like a year and a half, and I think about it too frequently.
GG Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
I don't think they're actually having any updates for that game anymore.
I don't think so.
Yeah, like it's like official. Like they've moved on, I
Yeah,
think.
I'm pretty sure. Unfortunately. But there's so many things to discover because you can always go and play as like the origin characters too and like get completely different
Lame.
storylines. I think it just all sounds cool.
Lame.
Anyway, what have you been up to?
Nothing interesting. We can move on.
Oh my God.
No good anything that I want to talk about really.
Okay. Just been
Honestly,
working out.
all the community stuff is just is just pretty much based around sailing, so we could just like jump into that.
Okay, so getting started with sailing, I am actually so happy I read all this again because I was low-key feeling lost whenever I started. So would you like to read the getting started?
Sure. I guess so. We've just
Do you want me to?
We've already said this like literally 5 times.
But there's some stuff in here that we haven't talked about in a while. And also, I think it's good to have a refresher day of because I was finding myself like, wait, what do I do again?
Yeah.
I think is helpful.
Yeah, sure. Also, if this is your refresher, this podcast, that is wild.
Also, you're like 2 days late.
The skill has been out for a long time at this point.
Well, maybe if you only play on weekends, I guess.
Sure. So anyways, if you want to actually get started with the skill, you technically unlock it right away, but you have to do the quest for it. So you have to do the Pandemonium quest, which you're going to talk to Will and Anne in Port Sarim, and they're going to whisk you away kind of, but they're going to really just tell you about sailing, and you'll get a raft, which is like the starting boat.
Yeah. Would highly recommend actually paying attention to the dialogue so you remember what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's a brand new skill. Like you're going to have to pay attention.
That doesn't really get you anywhere. Like it kind of just like starts you and gives you the skill, but like
it does give you your raft and it gives you a captain's log, and it gets you level 5.
Yeah, but it's weird because it's like a tutorial for the tutorial, because like once you're done with this quest, you're still gonna have to go to Pandemonium and do the quest there, which is like a whole that one where they actually teach you about sailing more.
Oh, so it's all part of the same quest actually. Yeah, it's like kind of like 2-parter. So you start with Will and Anne and then you end on Pandemonium.
Yeah. So
I did a mobile.
Yeah, you can definitely do it. There's already guides out for a lot of these. So if you're like one of those or you don't do things without guides, like for quests
enjoyers.
Yeah, then you can. I mean, there's already guides up. So and also you can customize your boat. This is actually a really big part of it. You should like read the tutorial for this. But so you can manage, recover, customize your raft at the starting. It's funny because you can customize it, but not in one very particular way. Whenever you get your boat, it has a randomized name.
Oh, you have to just keep like rolling it over and over, right?
I don't know.
I think that's the vibe I got from people. Like I said, I only got to level 5, and that was a mobile on my breaks. I haven't played anymore.
I don't know if you can re-roll it. Can you?
I think so. I don't think you're stuck with one.
Okay. Well, either way, people were getting some crazy names.
Yeah?
Yeah, like some people got Brown Rain. Actually. Another one, multiple people got this one. White Pride.
No.
I swear to God.
You have to be able to reroll it. You have to.
Another Cheeky Miner. I don't know. Take that for what you will.
You have to be able to reroll these.
But
if you can't, they're going to change it so you can.
A lot of people were really, regardless of the name they ended up getting, if you can reroll it or not, they were like, why can't we just change it?
Because people are going to make it slurs.
Their names, their in-game names are already slurs.
They really named it White Power. Do you think that was
It's White Pride.
Edit? Oh, White Pride. Do you think that was an edit or real?
There's multiple people posting it.
That's crazy.
The thing is, like, it's just two libraries of words, and one of them was white and the other one was like pride from the
I feel like
selected
they really should
list.
have compared both lists together.
I
I feel
don't
like
know.
let's make sure brown rain,
Yeah,
like diarrhea, like what?
I don't know.
I thought that would be the worst. And then it was like it just
Yeah.
got progressively worse.
So yeah, anyways, that's something you can't customize, unfortunately, but yeah, potentially you can change it. So that's good, definitely for the best.
I'm really not sure if you could change it now because that's crazy.
But you can you'll quickly upgrade from the raft, so don't worry if you feel like the raft is lame, which it kind of is.
Yeah.
But yeah, you quickly upgrade to like the next boat, which is more like a skiff or like a skipper.
hmm
Anyways, though, there's a ton of stuff you can do with the boat, but you have to go to the shipyard to do it.
Yeah, so when you're in the shipyard, you're able to customize it. Like in construction, bring your hammer and saw along with required materials. It should say that in like the little skill guide whenever you click on construction, I believe, or maybe sailing. Since the shipyard, it does not have its own bank, so like really bring your own stuff. Don't worry, as you level up sailing, you'll unlock ports that offer more convenient access to shipyard and even ones that have nearby banks, among other things. So there's a little picture of it. There's like a portal back to the port. The portal's cute because it looks like a little ship's wheel with the portal in the middle.
Yeah.
There's a little gangplank, there's a little boat there with your facility spots, a boat schematics board, and the shipwright who could help you do stuff. So you could use the board to modify or upgrade parts such as the hull, keel, sails, etc., make them stronger. You can also add or change your facilities on board by boarding the gangplank and clicking directly on the facility slot you want to change. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, something I was kind of confused about, but I think I generally get the idea of now is like you will upgrade your boat like throughout time. Like you'll increase it to like now you'll have like a mithril keel and then a rune keel eventually, or
I think
whatever.
so.
No, that's how it goes.
Oh,
A lot of people were asking because I haven't played, but I was watching plenty of streamers play. A lot of people were like, "Why don't you have a bigger boat?" And the primary way that a lot of people are leveling right now is through the Barracuda trials, and you can't do the Barracuda trials with a bigger boat. So even if you
what?
did get a bigger boat, you're still going to be using the first upgrade that you get for the boat.
That's really bizarre.
Yeah, so I don't even know if you can get a bigger boat, but if you could, you can't do the Barracuda trials from what I understand.
Yeah.
So
And neither of us have done this so far, by the way.
everyone has the same boat.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, once you get to level 50, you could get a sloop.
Yeah,
So that's really
that's
good.
what I was saying. I was like, I don't know if the sloop
Raft,
is
skip,
a
sloop.
bigger is the bigger one that you can't get, because I know it's weird because you do have like the weaker boat, but
Yeah,
you're
the
just
raft.
upgrading it.
Yeah.
So I'm
Like I said, I'm level 5.
I don't know if there's a point besides going into deeper waters where you would get the big boat.
It does sound fun to go into deeper waters, though.
But yeah, I just don't know if there's like a ton of incentives to go into deep waters at this point in time. So just everyone seems like they're using the same boat.
I guess for like the sea charting, it'd be good.
I don't know, maybe, but sea
Yeah.
charting. We'll
It's
talk
still,
about.
we're a day in.
We'll talk about sea charting and how it gives like no XP. But
So let's talk about how to train sailing.
yeah, speaking of no XP,
Starting out with port task, they're required to use your boat as a service for an NPC. These can be taken at a notice board at most major ports. Initially, you'll only be able to take one task at a time, but as you level up, more become available. There's 2 different kinds. So courier, you're basically FedEx, and then bounties. You go and kill sea monsters with your cannons and get their loot. There's
Yeah.
little sharks in the water.
and this does change from port to port. So you will have different kill quests and different delivery quests based on which port you go to. So a lot of people have like, I don't know about optimized, but a lot of people are like discovering some ports are easier to get to / the ones that people go to more often. Like
Of course.
I know a lot of people like going to Port Khazard because for whatever reason they can teleport nearby. Same thing with Civitas Illifortis.
Oh.
And they could teleport there, and then
That area is so pretty. That seems like it'd be cool to bring a ship there.
it's also nice because Civita, just north of the Coliseum, is where the shipyard is.
Yeah.
So it's actually a pretty quick run, and so yeah, people are finding like where quick teleports are compared to the actual dock is, because obviously there is one teleport that does take you directly to Pandemonium. But it doesn't seem like a lot of people either have access to it or are using it currently.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering where that was, or if I just didn't have access to it or something, because I don't even know how to do that. Okay, like I said, level 5. I don't know why I'm stressing.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you yet is all I know. Do you want to do the gameplay loop for the port task?
Yeah, so I'll talk about the gameplay loop real quick, and if you think this gameplay loop sounds a little like
A mini
repetitive
game?
/ boring, I think that was one of the like number one things I did here that I thought was like a fairly valid criticism,
Yeah.
is the gameplay loop is fairly just like railroaded and not really interesting, I guess.
Okay.
So essentially, you just put all your cargo into the boat at level 1, and obviously your raft will already have one built. It just comes
It's
with
built
it.
during the quest, yeah.
Yeah, so and then you click on the notice board at any of the major ports, select a task that you have the requirements for, check the details obviously, because you might not, want to go against high level mobs if you're not a high level person. For courier tasks, you're going to make sure that you're checking how many pieces of cargo are needed. And then if you're on the task, you can pick up the cargo from the supplies on the port and then deposit it into your boat. And then you're going to do the FedEx thing where you go set sails, deliver it to your destination, and that's pretty much it. For the
The
bounty
end.
tasks, you're going to go out equipped with a cannon. Eventually, when you upgrade your boat, you will have like a sailor that you can put on the cannon
Oh
for
yeah, a
you.
little NPC crew member, right?
Yeah. And then also you might want to bring repair kits, because if you're fighting mobs out there and they attack your boat and your boat collapses, you lose everything.
Oh,
You
love
just
that.
you just actually lose everything.
Oh my god.
So yeah, don't get caught out lacking without any repair kits. So
Mhm.
that is going to be really important. But it's really just simple. It's those two types of tasks. There's no other types of tasks. It's just, do you want to deliver stuff or do you want to kill stuff? There's a variety of what you can deliver and what you can kill, but
Mhm.
that's pretty much it.
Okay. Portas does have some rewards, so they give sailing XP and gold. You can also get specific type of paint used from port task, shark paint. Shark paint is used in shipbuilding. It's a gray color, one-time use, and relatively common. They should make your ship look like a shark, not just gray.
Yeah.
It'd probably not be very RuneScapey, but it
Kill
would
a
be
trillion
funny.
sharks.
Yeah. Next up, shipwreck salvaging.
Yeah, so this is supposedly, I think it was slightly oversold in my opinion. So this is supposedly the AFK quote unquote
Heard it's not
training
that
method.
AFK.
I would to like put it into perspective, I thought it was gonna be like AFK, like 3 minutes, something
Yeah.
like that. It's more along the lines of wood cutting.
Well, woodcutting could be like 3 minutes or 2 minutes.
Um,
I can't remember right now. Naturally, I can't remember.
Yeah, it's more like wood cutting, like maples are used, where it's like it could be longer, it might not be longer. I think it tends to move around a minute.
Ugh. Not that AFK.
Yeah, I think it's around a minute, or at least they mentioned a minute, and that's stuck in my head. So it's either
AFK enough to go buy a drink, or not buy a drink, go grab a drink, but not AFK enough to go buy a drink.
yeah, sure.
There we go.
But yeah, so it's not going to be super AFK. You are going to have to be active. I did see MMORPG kind of doing a tick manipulation method. I don't know
Oh,
how effective it was, but essentially he was like doing a walk back to whatever, I forgot. I think he was like going to like using a knife on wood or something like that
okay.
to like do activate the tick manipulation, and then like going back. And he was doing it pretty quick. And I think there's a chance to get like multiple salvages too.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And then you can go in, and this is the way for Iron Man. You kind of have to do this because this is like one of the quicker ways to get the new materials
Hmm.
that you need in order to like progress other parts of the skill. So if you're an Iron Man, you're probably going to be doing this for sure, unless I don't know if there's other ways to get it. But yeah, it's essentially you pick up a bunch of stuff from a shipwreck, and there's a chance that there's like random stuff in it, like herbs, seeds, which is the big one.
Probably stuff for your ships, I imagine.
Yeah, there's
Planks.
like planks and stuff like that
You do have
too.
to have a salvaging hook, though,
Yeah.
on your ship. Otherwise, you can't do this, and you'll waste your time going out to it.
Yeah, so you just install it on your boat real quick, and it's pretty easy. You just make it. All of the stuff that can be upgraded can be that you just make with smithing.
Hmm.
So it's not too complicated. And you do need 15 in order to actually start salvaging.
15 sailing level.
Yes.
So the gameplay loop for this: ensure your boat contains an appropriate shipwreck salvaging hook. Navigate your boat within range of a shipwreck salvaging area. This is like a tongue twister.
A little bit.
These are marked on your world maps. Stop your boat when you're close to the shipwreck. Engage with the salvaging hook facility by clicking on it and begin to gather salvage. For each one you recover, you'll earn a small amount of sailing XP. Salvage will go directly into your inventory. You can place into your cargo hold and continue salvaging, or head back to port and sort the salvage at a salvaging station. Sorting it will also give sailing XP. During alpha and beta testing, we know some players have found ways to make the XP from shipwreck salvaging faster at the cost of having to sort more salvage at docks or drop and leave on the ground. We're excited to see how this shakes things up in the race to 99. So they're keeping whatever that is.
Yeah, but to be fair,
I'm sure it's not that good.
I mean, this might have changed a little bit, but from what I've seen, I've been kind of watching on and off all day. It
Yeah.
seems like the first like levels 1 to 30, the majority of what I saw was people doing like kill quests for the port.
Oh, the bounties.
Yeah, the bounty quests, and kind of just like finding one that they liked or could do relatively quickly, and then just like repeatedly doing
Oh,
that quest.
lame.
Obviously,
I'm trying to do
obviously
everything.
you can do other stuff, but it just seems like, I don't know, maybe you get more XP by doing that just over and over again, but it kind of depends. I've seen some people also say that the most XP you can get early on is actually on land,
What?
because you can get, I don't know if it's been fixed. I don't think it's been fixed, but it might not, it might even be intended, but you can get the wanted quest from the port,
Mm-hmm.
go out, dock on an island, and then from the island you can cast spells from the island, which you actually
Oh, I
you
did see people casting spells on NPCs from the island.
yeah, you deal less damage. I don't know what the proportion is, but you deal less damage from your boat.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's based on your sailing level, if I had to guess,
Oh,
or based on
probably.
your sailing equipment.
Mm-hmm.
You deal less damage from the boat though, so a lot of people were getting off the boat so that they could deal more damage.
Sneaky. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So
I'm sure that'll get changed.
also, I saw some people like, I think they were successful in setting up cannons in some areas.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Of course.
So I mean, to be fair, even with all of these hoops they were jumping through, the XP wasn't great.
Yeah.
So it's
We'll get into the XP after this blog.
yeah. Suffice it to say, they weren't like blasting through like even a few extra thousand XP an hour at most, maybe.
Yeah, it was just laziness.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot.
Next, though, we have sea charting. This is using your captain's log, documenting, charting, and studying areas of the sea that were previously undiscovered. These are one-time unlocks, unfortunately.
They are.
But you'll talk to Charton Charles, an NPC located in the cave on the Pandemonium.
In the Pandemonium.
He'll give you lots of info at sea charting, so make sure to go get your books from him. Some charting activities require a specific item, and others just require you to sail straight up to them and click on them to note them in your captain's log. There are lots of different charting activities, so the gameplay loop will differ slightly between each one. So level 1's generic and spyglass. 12 is drink crate. 22 is sea current. 38 is sea depth. And 57 is weather patterns.
You are going to have a few quests done if you actually want to do all those, though. So just keep that in mind.
For sure. Gameplay loop?
Sure. So for the captain's log, you can identify which area of the sea that you'd like to start charting just by opening it. You can filter your captain's log by different sea groups or by requirements, but by default, it will try to avoid exploration spoilers. So everything is a question mark until you actually find it.
I think that's fun. You can change in your settings, though, if you want spoilies.
Yeah. So ensure that you have the right tools for the charting activity. Some tools are locked behind quests, like I just mentioned, and you can store the charting tools in your cargo hold. Also, navigating to those to chosen charting activities is like the whole point.
Yeah.
Like that's what you're doing.
They want you to explore.
They do give you like an indicator, and most charting points will have an indicator in game or an NPC, such as like a mermaid or a troll or something like that. So there's like a thing to go to.
Yeah.
Also, someone I think did mention, I've seen it mentioned a couple times, that apparently if you like collect more or less 70 different things, it says 70 Cs on the wiki,
Mm-hmm.
but if you like log 70 things in general, I think is what it actually is, then you actually get an XP boost.
Ooh, so I should do this first.
Potentially, because it's not big. It's like I think 2.5%. It's an item that you put onto your boat.
So it's like their version of a sailing outfit.
Yeah, so like if you explore enough, then it might be
Okay.
worth it early because then you'll get the XP earlier.
Hmm. They also do have a breakdown of each activity you can chart. So we talked about some of them, but so Captain's Log is to record and document sea charting. It'll tell you information about where you can chart. Spyglass used to observe notable areas when your ship is positioned upon a group of bubbles on the ocean surface. Portable weather station used to chart weather patterns at sea for the troll meteorologist. Current duck track the currents of the sea when your ship is positioned upon a ripple on the ocean surface by placing and following the duck. Crowbar, you can pry open crates found at sea and choose whether you want to drink what you find inside. Deep sea helmet, deep sea apparatus, gather sea depth data after assisting mermaids. These all sound really fun. I'm sad that this is like a temporary thing
Yeah.
because this actually sounds like it'll be really enjoyable.
Yeah, it's a one-time thing, and I saw some people saying like I don't think they go away whenever you discover
Like
them.
the NPCs stay, but it's not more XP.
No, like I
right?
mean, like the event, like
Oh,
the thing that you originally went up to, it's still there. So it kind of looks like it's hard to tell what needs to be charted.
oh, I could see that. Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like insane. But yeah, I saw some people complaining about that.
Okay.
The next thing is going to be some of the rewards for sea charting. So there is a one-time reward for getting a certain thing found, and then there is it's so marginal. It's like literally 100 XP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not a lot, but you do get kind of an okay amount of XP if you fully explore an area or a sea. Then you'll get like 500 XP. So
Oh, okay.
it kind of is like, oh, just do them all and then you'll get more XP. But
And you have to speak to Charton Charles of Pandemonium to get that
Pandemonium,
additional XP for the oceans in full completion.
yeah. So it's kind of like a diary thing in that way.
Yeah. What's cool though is when you chart an entire sea, you're going to unlock some rapids within that area, so it makes you a little bit faster. The rapids will require your boat to have sufficiently upgraded tillers to utilize.
Yeah,
Learning
and
all these
then
boat words.
you can also get other rewards like drinks that buff you and your crew.
One of these drinks definitely kills you. They've been hinting at that for weeks.
No, it doesn't straight up kill you. So they're also unlocked by finishing charting a specific selection of seas, and they can be drunk independently or added to a keg facility on your boat. So they will provide a buff for all the actions performed on the boat. So you just simply refill a beer glass from the keg, and then you can get a buff. So the thing you're talking about is there are these crates that you can find
Mm-hmm.
that do have different shandies or drinks in them.
Okay.
And some of them, actually, initially, there was a bug that drinking one of them would give you 10,000 XP. Just
I
straight
forgot
up.
you told me that.
Straight up 10,000 XP.
I'm sure that everyone that got that
So
lost
everyone
it.
was trying to find these and drink them. And obviously, some people did. Like I said, no, there's no one that was like exploiting or getting away with like anything crazy.
Mhm.
Just a few people got like a nice boost in the beginning. It's now since been reduced because obviously that's not what it was supposed to
Yeah.
do. So now it gives you some XP, not 10,000.
Okay.
The other drink that you're talking about, there's actually a couple different drinks that deal significant amounts of damage to people. In one instance, I saw someone was around like 90 HP,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing they drank dealt like 4 or 5 instances of 9 damage to them. And
So stay high health as you explore.
it did like 50 or 60 damage to them.
Jesus.
Yeah, so it won't straight up kill you, but it could.
It could kill you if you're lower health.
Yeah, potentially.
Next up, we have Barracuda Trials. I've been looking forward to this one. So these are highly engaging challenges that put your sailing knowledge and navigation skills to the test. There are 3 trials around the world to take on: the Temper Tantrum, the Jubbly Jive, and the Gwyneth Glide. Gwyneth's like one of my favorite places, so I'm excited it's there. Progress through the ranks of Swordfish, Shark, and Marlin by improving your time and earning unique rewards.
You're a little shark.
Got him. This is level 30 plus, by the way. So, unranked is for those who just want to sail around the course and get a feel for the mechanics. There's no rewards associated with this, so you can skip that if you don't want to do it. I just feel like I'd just start on the easy one, not the no rank, personally.
Sure.
You must complete the previous difficulty level to for each trial to unlock the next. So Swordfish is the lowest difficulty, Marlin is the highest, Shark is in the middle. Completing a difficulty for the first time will award a one-time larger XP bonus, and you'll receive a bespoke reward for your efforts.
Yeah, so by that I mean completing a difficulty, it's clearing the race in a specific time.
I'm sure it says there.
It's nice because you do get XP every single time you race.
Good.
And you're gonna have to like collect crates and potentially like throw frogs for like as
Cute.
balloons. So there's different things that you do during these races and different things that you can collect. But if you do it all and do it within the race like record time, then you'll get, like they said, that big one-time XP bonus. But it's nice because you don't have to do that every time. It's just you do it once. So like if you mess up,
Just to show you can.
yeah, exactly. It's more like you know this course and what you're doing. Then you'll get like a bonus, and that's it. Like
Then you could do badly.
yeah, you you can like suck the rest of the runs. You just have to have one good one.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so that's maybe good, maybe bad. It just means that you don't have to sweat every time you do it.
Okay. The rewards are sitting XP as well as unique rewards. So swordfish, rank, whatever. You're gonna get a key belonging to a renowned captain whose chest is somewhere in the world that you have to find it yourself and figure out what it contains. For a shark level, a key item used to build a new unique facility on the board, which you will be
On the
boat, which will be useful in your travels. And Marlin, a key item used to build cosmetic flags, which you can display on the back of your boat, reserved for only the best of sailors. Also, like, I feel like my eyes are so dry right now. So if it looks like I'm closing my eyes, I'm just looking down because I feel like the bright light is like drying out my eyes.
Nice.
It's great. It's great.
Something else that's great is
This is actually so great.
we have the troubled Tortugans.
Yes!
These are the new quests. We have the Tortugans as well as the Great Conch, just in general.
They're home.
So there's obviously two quests here: Troubled Tortugans, which grants access to the Great Conch, and then a side quest. It's a sequel quest called Red Reef.
We're not getting that until next year, though.
Yeah, this has been pulled and should release next year, but obviously they just wanted to mention it.
Yeah, and that could change if the feedback sucks.
True. Yes.
We have some random more rewards that we're going to go over and more content that's coming into the game. So first is deep sea trawling. Is all this stuff already added?
No, so yeah, so this is kind
I
of
was so confused.
yeah, you skipped over the main point of that is that there's more rewards and more resources. They just didn't want to mention them all because we have not 1, 2, but 3 polls going over all of them, and they just didn't want to list them all. So if you want to actually know what the rest of the resources are, like there's like new planks, new wood, new coral, a bunch of things, mining stuff. So fish, all that stuff. If you want to check it out, there's 3 additional polls where all that stuff's going to be included.
I am confused because some of the stuff in this list is in the game already. Because one of the things in this list is the Griffin boss, which we for sure got.
Sure.
I'm so confused about which of these items we do and don't have already. Because I haven't done anything yet. So I don't know if these are here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
we already had the polls.
Yeah, so
like
they're
everything
saying
passed.
that this is additional sailing content, sailing related content, all of which was polled and is going to be appearing or from polls back from May to October. So it's either in the game or will be appearing.
And for some reason, even I was looking at the wiki, just to be clear, I was trying to research, like, is this stuff in the game? But it wasn't clear because everything I researched was higher level and people aren't even there yet. I don't know why I didn't Google anything low level. So I'm going to read these. I'm pretty sure everything's in the game. At least some of them are, though. At least some.
I haven't seen anyone do this first one.
Okay, well, it says deep sea trawling. I don't know if the trawling itself is added, but we got new fish added to the game. The deep sea trawling is a hybrid sailing and fishing training method. I don't know if we have this yet. Simply equip your boat with a trawling net facility and optionally a chum bucket and sonar orb. Higher level trawling nets will allow you to reach down further into the sea and catch rare types of fish. You'll be able to cook new fish into food that provides additional effects. So the way they said it, though, is new fish have been added to the game as part of deep sea trawling. Like
the reason I haven't seen anyone personally
because it's higher level
doing any trawling is it does require 56 sailing, which is like the very top end of sailing.
That's
right
what's making it hard to tell. Is I was like, no one's really high level yet, so I don't know. So okay, these are added.
Potentially,
Probably.
potentially. I mean, the facility for it is in the thing, but
Yeah,
who
I
knows?
think it's added.
I haven't seen anyone do it.
Next up,
Lantern
this
fishing.
sounds cool.
So this sailing adds 2 new types of squid that you can catch using a harpoon: sword tip squid and jumbo squid, which can be used in a variety of different ways. Cut them into bait, cook them, or use them with herb lore.
What's the thing from Lord of the Rings? Roast them, boil them, mash them. Potatoes?
Yeah, stick them in a stew.
Yeah, they remind me of that.
Okay.
New trees. 4 new types of trees have been added. Jatoba, Yatoba, camphor, rosewood, and ironwood.
Yeah, all of these are in the game.
Yeah, most of these new resources are used within shipbuilding, but they function exactly as you'd expect with skills like fletching and fire making too.
This morning, a few people, also including No Monkey, were able to sell like I think it was like camphor planks for like 300K a piece.
See, that's why I was confused because I was looking up like ironwood, and because it's higher level, no one had done it at the time. So on the wiki, it was like it grants question mark XP per chop, and I was like, what? Is this not in the game?
No, it is just no one's done it.
Yeah.
There's also new blowpipes made out of the 3 new woods as well. They're all
Yeah.
mid-level.
New farming and herbal items. We have pillar coral, elkhorn coral, umbral coral, flax, hemp, and cotton seeds.
Yeah, that's the stuff I was talking about that you need to actually get out of the that a lot of Ironmen have been just getting out of salvaging crates, because you do need flax seeds and like hemp, which flax seeds just don't exist in the game. Like flax exists, but not flax seeds.
They exist now.
Or at least I don't think so, right? You can't plant
I'm not pretty
flax.
sure you just pick them up.
Yeah, so that's a new thing. Also hemp, new thing. So you're gonna need that for some of the stuff. So a lot of people have just been doing salvaging instead of actually doing the farming part.
Cool. So the farming now includes coral nurseries, which is how you obtain all those corals, and these have powerful effects in herb lore, as well as the other stuff. Yeah, you use it for shipbuilding via hops patches. You can also grow the new trees, being rosewood, ironwood, and camphor, via the hardwood patches.
Yeah, cool. Next we have crab hunting. I haven't seen anyone do
I don't think
this.
we even read about this.
Yeah, we kind of read
And it's
about
probably been a long time.
yeah, so this is crab hunting. It's obviously a new hunting method,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to get, I think it's just only going to be hunting, not like hunting sailing. So this is just hunting.
Yeah, these are all the sailing adjacent, but not actually sailing.
Yeah, so you can place your traps and set them at locations with fish offcuts. So you're going to get that either from other stuff, or I don't know if you can even buy them. And then after a set amount of time, a crab will either take your bait or you'll take them.
Yeah, just like every hunter thing.
Yeah, it should be consistent and reliable XP.
Cool.
So
Next up is cannonball smithing. So cannonballs are going to go from bronze to dragon, and these have all been added to the game. You can smith bronze through rune cannonballs, provided you have the correct smithing smithing requirement, but dragon can only be obtained as a rare drop. Incendiary
yep.
and chain shot cannonballs will not be available on launch, and it's going to come later.
Yeah. Something else that's interesting. I guess this was technically a bug, but I'll mention it now in case it happened to you. But a lot of people were like loading up their ships. Once they got the cannon unlocked, they would like put all the cannonballs into the hold,
As you do.
because that's where you put it. A few people unfortunately had a run-in with a drink. It's a drink that when you take it, I think it's called like banker's beer or something like that. And you take it, you drink it, and you like black out. And what would happen is I don't know. Actually, I don't know I think I might be talking about 2 different things. There's 2 different drinks. Like one, all of your stuff would be banked.
Oh.
Yeah. And then the second one, it would like knock you out and you'd wake up on the shore or at
And your cargo's gone?
or at like a boat place or something like that. And because of the way it worked, it would technically despawn your boat. And because it despawned your boat, everything in your cargo hold was erased.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
that was probably a bug.
That was a bug, and that was fixed.
That's good.
Because some people were like, I just lost like 20,000 cannonballs when I drank this potion. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, you're only supposed to lose 10,000.
No, yeah. So it's just everything in their cargo hold disappeared. So I don't know if those are 2 different events, 2 different drinks,
That's
but I
very
heard
funny.
about both of those stories independently
Okay.
several times, actually. So yeah, that shouldn't be too much of a worry now.
Next up is thieving stalls and chests. So you could pickpocket pirates, steal from cannibal stalls, and go to rusty, tarnished, and reinforced chests and steal from those.
Yeah, you can get clues, materials, stuff like that. The next thing is going to be the Horn of Plenty. This is the first of a couple items that come from the new boss. This is the lowest level Slayer boss in the game now. It is an offhand slot, requires 50 hunting, and is actually pretty good. You charge it with Griffin feathers, and it gives you an invisible boost to Hunter. And whilst equipped, it also gives you a 1 in 10 chance to double catch while hunting.
You could toggle that on and off.
Yeah. While it's equipped, it either consumes a charge one, or it consumes a charge 1 out of every 25 catches, and you can toggle it to give you a 1 out of 10 chance to double catch. So there's 2 different things there. And if you successfully double catch, it'll consume a feather, but the extra catch does not grant extra XP.
So it's kind of like just bonuses in case you want
yeah, just extra
more,
loot. If you
I
want,
don't know, chins or whatever you're doing.
yeah, if you want more chins, then yeah.
Okay. You can only obtain it from regular griffins or superiors, not even from the boss.
Oh, that's kind
I
of
don't even remember that. Next up is Bell's Folly. So this is a stab equivalent of the zombie axe, sitting between the dragon sword and the Zamorakian Hosta as a new mid-level stab weapon. This you can get from the Shelbane Griffin, the new boss. It's going to be locked behind 70 smithing requirement and completion of the Sleeping Giants because it's going to drop in a tarnished state.
Yeah. This is really good. No Monkey already has a video on this, but I can like summarize it because I watched the 3-hour process of him like making this video.
Oh my god, you watched a lot at work.
Well, he just did like a ton of testing with a bunch of different things with the boss and the mechanics. Honestly, the boss is extremely easy. And
well, it better be. It's a low-level Slayer.
Even among Slayer, like there's practically nothing you need to do besides not stand still.
Oh.
And you need to wear well, you don't need to.
You should though.
But it is highly recommended that one, you wear the cape option that they give you during the quest. I'm not going to spoil it.
Okay, don't, yeah.
And also to be at least 45 kgs equipped.
Weird.
Yeah, so that'll make it so you take, both of those will make it so you take significantly less damage.
Cool.
And it is a relatively very easy stab weak boss.
This is what I want to get to the quickest.
Unfortunate news, it is obviously a Slayer boss. You must be on task.
Yeah.
They won't even, and it has a very low weighting. It's 3% from Steve.
Gross.
Or 2.7 from Dur Daddy.
That might be one of the things that they change.
I don't know. It is not very high.
Anyway.
It's like same rate as like an Inferno.
What?
Yeah.
That's totally going to change because it's like a baby one. Next up, we have the Aquanite Hoppers. So Aquanites are new mobs that have a chance of dropping a tendon, a tradable resource which can be combined with a mithril bar to create this hopper. This is a tradable ranged offhand that provides a 10% chance for a crossbow to fire twice instead of once. The second bolt will be reduced by 67% damage, accuracy, and enchanted bolt chance. Please note that the second bolt's enchant effect cannot activate if the first one already activated.
Lame.
So no double ruby procs.
Lame. Anyways, we have the Medallion of the Deep. This essentially is just a secret item. Once you do get it through your sailing adventures, they don't even tell you how you're going to get it.
Good.
But it more or less functions the same exact as like your diving apparatus.
Whoa, that's so cool.
So you can explore underwater without needing additional gear. You can just wear the necklace and then wear whatever else you want on your helmet and your back instead.
Yeah. It says it won't work in areas with a strict oxygen limit for balancing reasons, aka that one. What's that mermaidy agility course?
It's underwater agility.
Oh, underwater agility, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Moving on to Slayer. We have some new Slayer stuff that I'm pretty excited about. So first up is Frost Dragons. These can be fought outside of Slayer, but you can also get them as Slayer task. They do not need to be unlocked with Slayer points. Their weighting with Neve or Steve is 5. It used to be 4. And the quantity is 60 to 100. It used to be 20 to 30. For Duradel, weighting is 5, quantity 70 to 120. Again, those are both really buffed a lot. We know that changing pulled content of after the fact isn't ideal, and we don't take these decisions lightly. But in this case, we feel that leaving things as they would result in an unnecessarily long and frustrating grind, which is not the experience we want at launch.
Yeah, they're also weak to fire.
Yeah, but we got some other monsters too. We got lava strike worms, griffins, and aquanites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And aquanites are a very high requirement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they only mention the frost dragons
That's the only
because
one that
that's the only
changed.
one that changed. Yeah, I think you do have to be on task to kill all these though. So just so
Except
you
for the
know.
dragon.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it says they won't need to be unlocked with Slayer points. They can be fought outside of Slayer tasks. But you're not going to be getting that
Oh,
XP, you know? I
true.
imagine Aqua Knights you won't need to be on task
I guess
either.
I just kind of assumed that you need to be on task for all these because the griffins I thought you needed to.
You do for the boss. I don't know about for the regular. Because it's kind of like
True.
Abyssal Sire. You can kill the mini ones, but you can't kill Sire.
Oh, weird. Yeah, I'm sure we'll
Probably.
find out. Also, this is really cool.
I liked this.
I thought this was a really good idea.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were kind of like, "Yo, what's gonna happen?" Like everyone just assumed because they didn't mention this. Everyone just assumed that all of the old players that had become max first. What's his name?
Zezima?
No, Zezima was regular max.
Oh, I don't know.
Man, I see his name all the time. Anyways, everyone knows
Like
the guy.
200 mil.
Yeah, the guy that's max, the very first one. It's gonna. I'm gonna lose my mind not
I'll
knowing
look it up while you tell you this.
But it's Link's Titan. That's who it is.
There you go.
Yeah, Link's Titan. So everyone's like, what's gonna happen to Link's Titan? Because obviously he's rank 1. He's always been rank 1. And so what they're gonna do is they're actually going to leave him immortalized as rank 1. Not just him, but everyone. So there's going to be a pre-sailing leaderboard of the top 100 and obviously now a post-sailing leaderboard of the top 100.
Yeah.
So obviously he's already lost his spot, Link's Titan that is, but he will forever be there in the other
with 99 other people.
Yeah.
They're also gonna have a special golden goblet added next to their name. So if you see them in game, you'll be like, holy moly, that person's a gamer.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Next up, feedback and bug reports. So obviously there's gonna be tons of bugs. This is the first new skill you've had in like 20 years. They're gonna be keeping a news post updated with the most important bugs and just working on them slowly. Also, if you want to report any, go to Discord in the sailing channel. You can include some pictures, just make it a little bit easier for them.
Yeah, we're gonna go over some of those soon because there's already a few.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so they've also made some additional improvements to visual stuff. This is the same Z buffer fixes and stuff like that from last week. There's just more of them. So as they find more, they're going to continually update this. There's a bunch of them, but really it's just more stuff that should just be operating at.
Yeah, it's like this entrance displayed wrong. The blades of grass and priff no longer clip through trees.
Yeah.
Small things like that.
Yeah. It's really, it's kind of a long list, but it's really just stuff sitting how it should on top of other layers.
Yeah. A lot to do with layering for sure.
Yeah, so they're going to continue working on that. Also, we have an update with digital audio. So they are introducing digital audio to the game. This expands all of the sound stage for the audio designers, and they can use it to create new sound effects for Gilnor, starting with sailing. So examples is that they used the digital audio to improve the ocean ambiances. So
ambiance.
Yeah, hopefully it sounds better.
Cool. Sailing merch. We have some new things. So we have a couple key rings with the sailing capes trimmed and untrimmed. And then we have pins of a little anchor icon, the little crab chest bank thing, and then the new turtle pet, which I've seen in the game and it looks so flat.
Yeah,
it's
I've seen
funny.
Someone get 2 pets in less than like 3,000 XP.
I need to go grind, Rober. I need to go grind and get that pet.
Yeah, good luck with that. Anyways, there's just a couple other changes. So they fixed a bug where the Ring of Suffering would lose charges even if the recoil effect was off.
Annoying. Sir Tiffy can now take law runes directly from your rune pouch when he wants one during the wanted quest.
Yep, and that's it.
Handy.
Yeah.
Cool. We do have an update already to sailing though. So at the time of this blog, which was hours ago.
It was in the middle of the day.
Yeah. Over 181,179 people had trained sailing so far, with a total of 1.06 billion sailing XP gained. Over 972 pets had been earned alone. But
call him by his proper name.
Sorry, Soups. His name is Soup. He's Turtle Soup. A lot of people were a little upset because the XP sucked.
Yeah, so
bad apparently.
For anyone that hasn't tried the skill, obviously you wouldn't have known this now because it's kind of been fixed. But the XP from levels 1 to 30 were fairly abysmal.
Yeah.
Like very low. Not like, oh, why is everyone crying? It shouldn't be that high. It was the lowest in the game,
Hmm.
like of
For
any
some
skill.
reason, they were like comparing it to agility, and it's like agility is really slow. Why do you want to compare it to agility?
Even then, people did compare it to agility, and at level 30, you were getting less XP per hour than agility at level 1.
Oh,
It was
Jesus.
sub 20k.
Yeah, this
Very,
is
very low.
it's gonna come via cold fix tomorrow, so it will be out by the time you guys are listening to this. But lots of changes. So they increase the base XP for each charting point discovered. They're gonna retroactively grant the difference in XP gain for those who've already discovered said charting point. So that's something that I could actually do and still benefit
No,
later.
this was all hot fixed. Let me
Well,
clarify.
that one says,
No, 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 no. So that trust me. So this was all hot fixed. So no one will ever experience this again. The retroactive XP
oh,
is being
that's the
cold
cold
fixed.
fix. Okay, cool. So I'm still gonna
Yes.
benefit from that too.
Yes. So tomorrow, via a cold fix, well, it would have
Gotcha.
already happened by the time you're hearing this. People will retroactively, if they've already discovered, let's say, 100,000 XP worth of stuff, which is obviously not real, but let's just use it as a number, then, and it's supposed to go up to 200k, then they'll retroactively get the extra 100k
Wowzers.
whenever this happens. But
Cool.
again, it's already happened, and it's not that much XP.
So they increase the XP gained when fully charting a section of the sea. That one is also retroactively gained for everyone. Increase XP gained from completing port task, which cannot be retroactively granted. Sorry. Same thing for shipwreck salvaging and shipwreck or making shipwreck salvaging last by an additional minute. That's been added to the game.
That's the
So
minute that I was thinking of.
yeah, so it should be
I think
like
it's
2 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 minutes now.
I
It's
mean,
still
double
not.
the time.
Yeah, it's still much longer than it was, but it's not
It's
as
not the
long as it's
best.
not as long as I'd hope. It's still definitely AFK though.
Yeah, no, totally.
And both of those buffs were by 20%, and those are in the game, so you should be getting more XP.
I
It
misunderstood.
it's not a lot of XP, and Mod Kieran has like a note on this as the director of the situation currently.
Hmm.
Uh, he was just saying that obviously he doesn't directly say this part, but I was taking it as like obviously they don't want to start too high.
Yeah, I better start low.
So they're being like super cautious. So they started really low and they didn't want to like immediately bump it up because everyone was saying that it was too low. So they
Yeah.
thought about it and changed it a little just from 1 to 30 because overall, looking at the scale from 1 to 99, it's actually in the like the upper 50 percentile
Hmm.
of skills as far as speed. It's actually one of the faster skills. Just the 1 to 30 sucks.
Yeah. They even say too, I think this is valid. Most skills in the game race these levels extremely quickly, some skipping it almost entirely via quest. And this is such a new particular skill that they just don't want us to do that because we'd all be running around like, what do you do? How do you do this?
Yeah.
So I get that. It doesn't feel the best, but I understand what they mean.
Yeah, so that's why they gave the buff to 1 to 30 primarily. It literally only affects 1 to 30
And then it gets better.
because it's already kind of fine after 30.
Yeah.
It's definitely still pretty slow. Like you're still looking at like 20 to 30k an hour even
But
after
that's
30.
more what you'd expect, I'd imagine.
But yeah, it is still a fairly slow skill for quite some time. I haven't seen anyone get like crazy numbers, but like I said, no one's even close to max or anything like that. Like the highest I've seen is like, I mean, you could look at the leaderboards, but
We're at the time of recording, it's been out for like 15 hours.
it's been out for quite some while.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been out for like 16 hours, something like that, and people are around like most of the top end people are around 55 to 60.
That's good. I like that.
I don't think there's anyone in the 70s. I'm not going to check.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also another thing with XP is there was
And accidentally AFK construction.
yeah, I kind of mentioned this earlier is the repair kits. They were I'm pretty sure it was repair kits.
They don't say. They just say the sailing workbenches.
Yeah, sailing items like the boat repair kits. So this had an unintended effect where they wanted there to be a like relatively AFK construction method, but this was just way too AFK and way too much XP. It wasn't like crazy. It was just more than they intended. So they nerfed all of the construction XP from the sailing workbenches. Like you didn't have to go to your house or anything. You just
Wow.
worked on your boat and it would give you construction XP,
That's crazy.
all of it's been halved.
Yeah.
So it's
I
still
wish I would have
AFK.
logged in.
Yeah, still AFK. Just can't really do too much.
I
with
bet it was like 7,000 before. Now it's like 3,500.
Well, the thing is, it was purely construction. So like no one was getting a sailing advantage doing it. So
Yeah.
it's
But someone who's not 99 construction, I might have posted up.
maybe.
Yeah. Lastly, we want to give you some tips and tricks to help you improve your overall sailing endeavors. So, port tasks will be the first things you want to do when training sailing after completing the
Pandemonium again.
Pandemonium quest. From level 7 onwards, you can do 2 port tasks at once. So, always keep something in your cargo hold, is their advice. Exploring the seas is also going to give you a lot of benefits alongside XP. Also, like whenever with over 50 charting points for you to find early game levels or locations you at level 1, there's lots of options to explore. So plenty of things to unlock, and you get the little bonuses per area. It's good to keep in mind that when you're traveling the seas, whether it be finding salvage or just charting, it's wise to have a port task or 2 active, like I said, so you can always go drop stuff off. Keep an eye out for chance encounters like saving a castaway, catching a gust of wind, allowing you to trim your sails, the ocean man who takes you by the hand and leads you to the land, and many more. What song is that?
Ocean Man.
Sing it.
That's
No,
literally
the
the
whole
song. That's
thing.
the whole song.
I don't believe you. They give you XP or loot every time you complete these. You also get extra charting tools from early quests, including crowbars from Prying Times and the current deck from Current Affairs. These are going to give you more options for charting on top of sailing XP. Also, it's worth moving to newly unlocked notice boards when you have unlocked their associated docks, as these will give you higher level tasks that grant more sailing XP.
Yeah.
Which people probably weren't doing.
No,
imagine.
people were okay. Mont Kieran especially addresses this, is that they were seeing that the people in the higher percentile, like the top 10 percentile of players in the skill, were playing it correctly.
Oh, yeah.
Progressing the skill, upgrading your boat, going to new areas, doing the new stuff in the new areas. Like I said, like going to like Port Khazard when you unlock it. Like people that were doing that were progressing the skill at a rate that they had presumed they would.
Yeah.
But a lot of people were not doing that. Like they kind of were just like, all right, this is my boat forever. I'm just gonna stay at Port. I'm just gonna stay at Port Sarum and do the same
also
thing
me.
forever.
Said I unlocked a bunch of docks, and I was like, whatever.
Yeah, but like going to the new dock will get you XP. Doing the stuff at the new dock will get you more XP,
Yeah.
and then you just keep doing that over and over again. Like, don't do the same Barracuda trial. Go to the next one.
Solid advice, to be honest. Because I feel like it's easy to forget with new content. Like, there's a lot of options.
That, and also it's just like, it's a new skill. You have to think of it as a new skill. You're not going to be cutting maples when you're like, well, okay, that's a bad example because maples are good XP. You're not going to be cutting oaks when you could be cutting maples.
Speak
Like,
for
why
yourself.
would you continue doing that unless you're like a weird account? So there's a ton of issues on top of this that they're like known and they're currently working on.
Yeah, so boats getting stuck naturally. In short term, if you want to escape from this while they work on it, if you're at dock, you can right-click the gangplank to leave and then relog. If you're at sea, right-click the tiller and click escape and then relog. This will cause you to lose any cargo in your hold, but it'll reset the ship, by the way. If you're at a dock and unable to click the dock to leave on the tiller to leave, if you are at the dock and unable to click the dock to leave or the tiller to escape, then relog. Just relog.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. They worded that weird.
You worded it weird.
You worded it weird.
Some other stuff is that some of the new music tracks are described as unlocking on various islands out at sea.
Okay. Similarly, if you're seeing boats as invisible, please disable the Legacy GP plugin or HD no.
Yeah, so that's
I'm gonna
literally
keep
what
it
we were
on.
talking about earlier. Also, if you're randomly crashing, try disabling 117 as well.
Cool. A couple fixed issues. So the High Scores Hall of Fame were not up to date.
This is the one I mentioned earlier. It's the drink that gave you 10,000 XP is literally called Daddy's Special Water's Special Water. It was more generous than intended and will now give you the appropriate level of XP.
Daddy's Special Water.
No, you're saying it wrong. It's Daddy's Special Water's Special Water.
Love that. We balance sea creatures based on player damage, but the Dwarven multi-cannon was not included in those calculations.
This is new.
As a temporary measure, it's been disabled when fighting sea creatures. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
should
what I was
be.
talking about earlier. And the newest one is that sea charting drinks can teleport your boat, which unintentionally wipes your cargo.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was talking about. So they made a fix to prevent this from happening, and we can confirm the items that did disappear have been restored.
Cool. This is funny. This is just going to keep updating in this blog too. So we'll link it down below if you want to see like what's messing up now.
Yeah, so there's a ton of stuff, but hopefully everyone's enjoying it so far. And keep in mind that it's a new skill, so it's going to be really slow.
It's going to take a second.
And you're not going to know the best ways. And it's going to suck probably for a while. But
I want to know the best ways.
Keep in mind, we mentioned this last week and the week before. You're essentially beta testing this skill.
We kind of are.
So it might suck sometimes.
Yeah.
But also
probably.
so does woodcutting, for example.
Anyway.
We have questions. Shout out to the question people, question havers. It's appreciated.
Yeah, first one is from Kurt over on Discord. If you were forced to legally change your name to match one of the trolls in OSRS, then which one would you choose and why? I should have looked up all their names.
You have a list of
Off
trolls?
the top of my head, Mushroom, Meaty Auraologist. That's another one. Where are all their names? Okay, here we go. Ooh.
Pea Hat. That would be mine.
I like Dad.
Or Dad.
Yeah, Dad's a good one.
Goat Poo?
What about Carol?
Mother?
There's some good ones, actually.
Troll Child?
Odd Mushroom.
Yellow Snow.
They're sea trolls. They look like krakens. What?
Yeah.
Those are just krakens.
Oh, that's for the quest.
Oh, okay. Mine. I have one that I want to be. I don't even see it on this list. Mine is called Mushroom, and I actually have a story for it. It's next to the troll stronghold. It's sleeping, like leaning on a little like stick thing, you know, whatever. Its name is Mushroom. Whenever I first saw it, I was like, oh no, its name isn't. Is it this? No,
Rock?
it's Mushroom. It's Mushroom. I swear it's Mushroom, even though I can't see it on this list. I was like, oh my god, you guys, I discovered a bug. This mushroom was actually rendered as a troll because I forgot the lore, and that just means that their first thing that they ate was a
I feel
mushroom.
like you're lying, bro.
No, I'm not lying. I swear to
Why are
God,
you lying?
mushroom troll OSRS. Yes, it is the thing. Mushroom. It's a mountain troll. It's sleeping with a little hammer, and I was like, you guys, it's not rendering correctly. He's real.
Okay.
I'd want to be mushroom because we have backstory.
Yeah, I have no idea. I would probably just do
Pea Hat.
No, I was thinking either stick or don't know what.
Don't know what's a good one. I do
Yeah.
like that one. That's a cute question.
Mostly because if I did eat something and I probably wouldn't know what it was, so I'd just be like, I don't know.
You'd be troll child.
Okay.
What would Moose and Goose be?
Well, Big Moose would be mother.
No, Moose would be troll child. You're crazy.
Uh,
And then Goose would be
well, this is what they're eating.
what they're eating.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking what their vibe is. Because if we're gonna vibe, Goose would be a pebble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say what Moose Man would eat is probably like a stick.
Yeah, he would eat stick.
Yeah, or a pebble.
Or an icicle.
Odd stone.
I think that Goose would eat. She'd be more likely to eat a drunken dwarf's leg, that's for sure.
Yeah, for
She
sure.
would, for sure. She would eat a butterfly.
Okay.
She would mess up a butterfly, I just know it.
All right.
Okay. Anyway. Next question. Is from Harger. Harger, you also asked a question for Saeder, but it was too late. So sorry. Whoops. Anyway.
What did it say?
Should I read it anyway?
Yeah.
Okay, so for Saeder, even though Saeder, you're not even gonna know this happened. I saw the video a while ago about you streaming while driving, and it got a lot of criticism. You responded very well on Reddit, gathering 1,000 upvotes on your response. My question is, do you continue to receive criticism for this still, or were you able to make a good apology and a positive example that silence even the very harsh OSRS community? If it's too late, just ask Rob instead and make him impersonate Saeder. Kidding.
Oh, I was actually gonna answer it. I can't impersonate. I've only ever heard
I didn't even
Saeder
hear about
talk
this
like once.
actually. You've heard him talk twice, 3 times.
No, I wasn't listening the first 2 times, so just once. Anyways, I can guarantee you he still gets shit about it.
You think so?
100%. Because
Okay.
I still get critiqued on stuff I said like an infinite amount of time ago.
Someone did say something mean on the podcast last week's episode, and I
Say,
deleted it. If you're be critical, like constructively critical.
yeah.
Don't just be mean. I'll
I,
delete
I mean,
it.
yeah, it's fine, but yeah, like definitely,
Mhm.
obviously, even if someone like has the perfect answer to something,
Yeah, we're
even
still a
even if
gaming community at
even
the end
if
of the
he
day.
didn't do something as crazy as streaming while driving,
Yeah.
then like he could be giving back to children, and people would be critiquing him a
Not
hundred
doing
a
it well.
hundred years from now about how he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's infinite.
Hmm.
When you think you forgot about something, someone is just discovering it.
Okay. Good answer. And then Harger to us. Do you think the current high score ranking system is fair? The current tiebreaker is whoever in the history of time first achieved max XP. But what about a player who only started playing OSRS in the last year and in 2 years might also get max XP? That player has no chance of being first. When sailing is released, that player isn't even close to max XP yet. What if the tiebreaker was total game time instead? The problem with that would be once a player reaches 200 mil XP in sailing, they would have to stop playing that account in order to not accumulate more game time. And they'd also be punished for the game time they accumulated before the change in high scores tiebreaker. Do you have any other suggestions? Are you okay with the current tiebreaker? I actually like the way it is now. Because in my mind, it's not that it's unfair to new players, it's just one of those things that's like you have to be there when history is made. And if you're not there, I'm sorry. You don't get to be up there, you know? Because then you're never going to be confident. If you're one of those 200 mil that already got it, you're never going to feel confident up there because you're like, oh, is this other person going to have better like game time than me? And then you're just scared that they're going to pass you. And then people could like make that their goals on the account to try and like do with less game time. So I actually like it how it is now. I don't think it's unfair, really. You?
Okay.
I was thinking about this earlier.
I I do think it is not unfair, but I don't think it's the best.
It is a little bit of a bummer.
So I think it's one, I don't think anything is like fair. Like I don't whatever, I don't care if you're a new player. Like you if you wanted to be part of the history of the game, you should have been there. So like yeah, like Zezima being first,
He was around.
he's the only first. That's it.
Yeah.
And same thing with Link's Titan, like he's the first.
Mm-hmm. He
So
was number one.
yeah, there's gonna be a new first, and that's it. And that's good. Like not everyone can win,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just part of life. And I think games that like cater to that type of people are kind of like doomed in general. Like not even in baby games like Fortnite, like not everyone wins.
Yeah.
There's some people that literally never win, and
Probably me.
so I think that's fine. But separately, I do think there should be a system for newer players that is separate. I think there should be the immortalized top 100, and then I do think there should be the prestige top 100, where it's people that once they get to 200 max, they can reset their skill to 1.
That's insane.
So they could just do it again. And it's all like, all right, you can see the old 100, or you can look at the one right next to it, which is like whatever you want to call it, the prestige leaderboard,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be like, I don't know, the next dude, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm 7 times maxed herb lore because I just like doing herb lore.
Stuff it. That's so wild.
Like he's got like 14 million billion XP or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that would be cool. Because that one.
Do you think a lot of people would want to do that again? If it meant being on this prestige board.
Okay, so either that,
Mm-hmm.
or I think this is potentially a better idea because
Okay.
it's less of, because that turns into an infinite system. There's gonna be one dude that either is botting, or it's some family in like Venezuela, or just one guy that has way too much time.
Like you just keep giving it to your children and your
Yeah,
children's
exactly.
children.
It's all like this guy has 57 prestige fletchings because that's his job or something.
Yeah.
That would be not cool. It kind of creates the same problem.
Mm-hmm.
So potentially what would be cooler is if it's the same thing. Oh no. Okay. So it's a new leaderboard,
Okay.
but it is regularly wiped, and it's whoever gets the first max.
Disagree.
I don't care.
I don't like when games wipe progress. Like whenever we played Call of Dragons for my sponsored game, it was so fun. And then you were like, yeah, and at the end of the season, everything's wiped. And I was like, what? And I lost interest.
Well, you say that, but you also
Play
very,
leagues.
very frequently not just play leagues, but talk about how interesting the beginning of the game is.
It is very interesting. But I never make new accounts. I just like the nostalgia vibes.
Yeah, sure. And this one
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to. Like one,
That's
it could
true.
either be a new world where you have your separate profile, or it could just, work off of I guess the new world would work the best. Because
Okay.
then it's all like, all right, do you guys like the fresh start worlds? A lot of people like that.
Yeah.
But it would be like, do you want to get max?
Would it be separate from the main game though, is what I'm confused about?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so it wouldn't be like really real.
No, probably there's no way to do that for it to like regularly like refresh.
Okay.
Because you'd have to be like, what is everyone gonna restart and buy a new account?
I don't
Probably
know.
not.
Yeah,
So
no.
it would have to be like on a separate world.
Okay, cool. Because I was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, because then it would essentially be the same premise as Fresh Start World, except it'd be like
Specifically
the
for
purpose
this.
would be kind of speed running.
Yeah.
And then like, it would just be like, all right, do you want to be first to max? And then you could try. Or maybe you just want to be the first to the max of this skill. You can try.
Yeah, just to practice.
Yeah, because then everyone
I mean,
has
it's like the quest speedrunning worlds, but skill speedrunning worlds.
because then everyone has a shot to be on the leaderboard.
That's true.
And if you're a new player, it's something to shoot for. Because a lot of new players don't have anything. It's like, are you gonna be the top in this boss? No, dude.
It's been on for 12 years.
There's some autist that has like 15,000 KC for some reason.
Me, it's curious.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're not gonna beat them.
I'm not even rank 15 anymore. I'm on the second page now.
Yeah, so it's like unless you dedicate your literal entire life to like doing one thing, you low key have no achievable like chases in this game.
I think you do every time that something new comes out. I think you have a new chance to flex.
Well, yeah, obviously if it's a brand new thing, but the thing is like if you're a new player and you're all like, oh, I want to be the best at this, it's like, dude, this guy's been playing the game for 21 years.
Yeah,
there's no way you're beating him.
That's fair. Yeah.
So I think that would potentially help. It's obviously less prestigious, but then it would help for newer players.
It'd be something to have them chase for if they really want that.
When a new thing comes out, then potentially they can go for that.
Yeah. Okay. Last question is from Matt on Discord, who first said, I deserve that punishing rejection in my spit password protection idea. That was a crazy idea.
Yeah, that was pretty
The
foul.
question, they even put in parentheses, hopefully better than last week. Would you support Jagex implementing an option to set a destination on the world map and your player navigates there, just like when you click on a point on the minimap? This would be especially relevant now with sailing. Imagine if you could click on the fishing spot Barbarian Village from the Edgeville Bank. During that time, you could run, grab a snack, pee, type interrupted to your friends. You could theoretically also set a super distant point, like Catherby to Treenum Village, but you might want to be watching in case something happens along the way.
True.
I think I'd want this, but I don't know if it'd be good for the game. Because I think it just leads to a lot of people just like not actually playing, like you'd be AFKing all the time.
Yeah.
But personally, I would love it, obviously. I hate traveling in this game. I hate it so much. I wish I could just be like, click something crazy far away and then be like, all right, I'm going to like go shower or something. I think that would be enjoyable. But I feel like there's probably reasons why this would be bad for the game. So I'd want it, but I wouldn't want other people to want it.
Okay.
And I don't know what I mean by that. But anyway.
No, I don't want this. Mostly because like I think this game is like worked on frequently enough that like as problems arrive, they should be tackled. And this could be one of them. Like if people feel like they're moving too much or there's too much distance being crossed on foot, then that's gives rise to like a new idea for transportation.
Yeah.
So I think that already kind of is like a self-solving problem in a way.
Okay.
So it's not like, I don't know. I don't think a lot of people feel that way to begin with. Like no one's walking from anywhere to anywhere for the most part.
But maybe you would.
Yeah.
Save that law rune.
Secondarily, I've always low-key hated AFK stuff in this game. So I also don't like the idea of that, like just being like, oh, I'm gonna go make food. Let me just go walk somewhere. Like, no, dude,
Let me walk to
just
Prifdinus.
take a break from the game and come back and teleport.
Yeah.
Um, the only reason I think it's kind of funny and kind of worked in the only situation I've seen it used is because this exact system is in Black Desert.
Oh.
Like I told you, I mentioned in previous podcasts, in Black Desert, it takes like literally 30 minutes to go from one end to the
Oh, you
other.
did tell me that.
So that takes forever if you're not on a horse. But like, what'll happen is you open your map and you double click, and your horse will just start like auto traveling, just like trotting on the roads. But it's not sprinting; it's just like going.
Just clopping
It's
around.
really slow. If you're sprinting, it takes like a third of the time or whatever. But the only reason that was kind of funny and kind of worked in that game is because there's PvP anywhere.
Oh, so you can just get attacked.
So as soon as you
Yeah.
leave the safe area, it's like you can't be away from your screen. I mean,
Yeah,
you
you'll get
can,
attacked.
but you might not, just because it's not really worth anyone's time. But you could just be dead.
Yeah.
The mobs
And
could
that's
kill you,
disappointing.
or someone else could kill you.
Okay.
So that was kind of funny. But there was like no real advantage. Like, people rarely ever did that.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't even used in a game that had it. So it's like, one, I don't see it being useful, and two, I think it kind of promotes not good gameplay.
Okay.
So I would probably say no, although I don't think it'd be insane to have it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's it. So thank you everyone for your questions. If you want to ask questions and be included, you can ask regular questions about games, RuneScape, or real life. And if you want to, you can ask them at any of our socials.
Our TikTok and Twitter are Bunebape OSRS, yes. Twitch, YouTube, Patreon, and stream are all Bunebape. I stream 4 days a week at twitch.tv/Bunebape. And I almost forgot, this is a 2-part episode.
Yeah, like you're
This
like
is not
doing
the
that.
goodbye.
You're doing like the outro.
Go watch the next part. I'm gonna join by Saeder.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. I am back with our guest this week, Saeder.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for joining. Tell us about your RuneScape accounts. I think you have multiple, right?
I do. I'm currently playing on Squat Cam, which is my new Iron Man. In fact, it marks exactly 1 year today that I started this account. November
Really?
15th of 2024. Yep.
Happy anniversary.
So, whenever
Squad
this
Cam.
Thank you. Whenever, I guess this episode might be dropped later, so
Yeah,
won't be
true.
exactly a year at the time of people listening. But yeah, I've been grinding on this Iron Man, just a normal Iron Man account, and I have another account called Saeder that is like my trophy iron that I just got so many things on, and I spent, I think the total time played is somewhere like 800 days or something.
Are you
So
serious?
it's a lot. I've invested a shit ton of time into that account. And so those are my two accounts. I'm even considering potentially making a third Iron Man, maybe a group Iron Man or something. And that would be because I want to implement like early sailing with it.
Okay.
But
I
haven't really decided.
Why?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's just fun. Like, early stuff is really fun.
I love early game. I agree,
yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
So-
Once you get like super late, it's every grind just takes hundreds of hours.
Yeah, that's I feel
So-
even like mid game. Like I've tried to start a couple like group irons, and then as soon as I'm past like the fun like dopamine hits, gang levels every 5 seconds, it's like, all right, kind of miss my main. Like I'll just go
Yeah.
back. Your I'll consider it your main, even though it's an iron. The Saeder one. Do you still play that one?
Not really. I
Wow.
occasionally will log in, and then I'll just be like, I just can't right now. One, I don't enjoy multi-logging, so
Me
any
either.
sort of multi-log is just not my thing.
Mhm.
So it really is just whatever account is more fun, even if it's just by a sliver, that's the one I'm going to play. So I think now that my account Squat Cam is getting up to a point, it's like 2161 total, and it is hitting the point where like it just got 99 Slayer. It has
Cheesy.
basically all the Slayer like upgrade uniques, and now I feel like I'm kind of forced to start doing raids,
Yeah.
which is not like my favorite thing of all time. And
Really?
knowing that I have another account that already has all the raids items
Mhm.
besides the Sanguinesti, but like literally everything else, it feels like a nice, I don't know, like it feels like I could just jump back over to Saber and feel like, oh, I just kind of played the early game and now, boom, here I have all my Blood Torva and
Yeah.
all my Ancestral and everything else. But I still haven't quite decided because I really am still enjoying just the leveling. And now that Sailing's coming out, I
Yeah.
actually want to do Sailing on Squat Cam.
Oh,
So,
cool.
yeah.
So do you like not like raiding, or you just don't want to do it again, the grinds?
I think raiding is fun, but I have to change my mindset, which I haven't fully changed it on. So the
Okay.
big reason I don't enjoy playing Saber as much is because I think my mindset toward the game is sort of like intermeshed in that account. So whenever I log into that account, there's like this subconscious like pressure and like
Oh.
stress of a play style I used to enjoy, like the competitive nature, trying to build up an account as efficiently as possible, and like feeling like raids. The only way I can enjoy raids is if I'm doing them like efficiently or like
Oh,
not
yeah.
wasting time. And that mindset is like erased when I play on Squad Cam. And whenever I log back into Saber, it like comes back and I'm like, why do I feel this weird?
Weird
It feels like the whole
pressure.
account. Yeah, like what I think it's weird because I think my brain is wired in a weird way where like I'll even open my bank, and because the bank's the same layout it's been for
Oh,
years,
yeah.
I get like the sort of like PTSD of like, oh no, like this is how I used to like play. So what I really need to do is like go onto that account and like just mess everything up sort of and just make it look all messy and then kind of like
Yeah.
clean up and try to like refresh. But
It doesn't like trigger your brain. You're like
yeah,
a
no,
sleeper
it really
agent.
is. It really is triggering. So like the idea of raids on this account, there's like a part of me that's thinking it's not going to be as fun because I'm going to have to like stress out about it and like
Yeah.
feel this pressure to get items, where really the healthy way is just enjoy raids with your friends and you don't really care if you get a purple or not. You don't have to
Just play
stress
the
about like
game.
not getting a Tebow. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like for me, it was like just so much stress about like not having a
Weird.
scythe, you know, like
Yeah.
on Saber, I wanted to get a scythe and it took me like almost 1,000, and which is
Oh my God.
fine, but like I didn't even get a weapon until like 915.
Jesus.
I just had Just Assured Hills, and like that was causing me like stress because I wanted to move on and do some other content with a scythe, but I couldn't. And so anyway, it's just the way I played the game, perceived it back then. I feel like raids was a more triggering aspect of it. So it just took hundreds of hours too. So
Yeah. Did you
yeah.
did you ever like consider making a main or something while trying to grind those drops?
Not really, honestly. Like
Oh.
I started old school on a main account, and I even made an alt main account. This is back in like 2015.
Oh, wow.
And then as soon as Hardcore Iron Man came out, I like just basically made a pact with the devil that I'd always play Iron Man at that point. Like I don't know what happened, but Iron Man has
Yeah.
just always spoken to me way harder. So
Yeah. Was the pressure that you were feeling like in the raids, is that because you're an iron and you need to move on, or is it also because like you're a content creator, so you feel like you need this stuff?
it's so much of it is probably intertwined with content creation because when you lean into something, even if it's subconsciously leaning into an identity of like how like of the play style you play
Yeah.
or just whatever, like you start building an audience and your audience expects something, and even if they don't expect it, in my brain I'm imagining they're expecting something. So a
I
lot of it's
felt
just my
that.
own like thoughts of like I have always been this type of player that's like end game Iron Man, pushing, end game content and just getting like all the good stuff, all the new stuff. And I feel like that subconscious pressure led to me feeling like I need to keep upping the ante to some
Yeah.
degree, or like if I want to play in a certain way, I feel like I would get judged. So I've always been a skiller and a PVMer.
Yeah.
And I feel like skilling on stream is just like, especially if you're already maxed, it's like, what the are you doing? It's just bizarre, and you're just going to get questioned the whole time.
Yeah.
And so like that made me not want to really skill. And
That's
so I would just kind of like force myself to do other things, and it was still fun, but then it's like the pressure kept building because I
Yes.
kept putting on this persona of like, yeah, I just want to PVM and clog, and I didn't really want to, and I didn't really want to pet hunt.
Yeah.
But
I felt
it's
that
sort of just what happens. Yeah.
too as well. Like sometimes it would feel, I'm glad I don't full time stream anymore, because I would definitely feel the pressure. Like if I don't raid, people don't want to be here, and I'd be like, now I'm just like, we're doing a forestry stream, like no cam.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
nice to have a little bit less pressure, because it's kind of, it can be very stressful. I mean, you said it like basically triggers you to even log into the accounts.
It does. It does. Yeah.
It's scary. What kind of stuff do you do on the squat cam? Okay, wait. Before that, why is it called
hmm
squat cam? What let's get into that.
Okay. So, let me think. On this account, when I first made it, its name
Mhm.
was Dr. Blast like 857 or something. It was just a a random name that popped up on the suggested names, and I was like,
Mhm.
I'll just take it.
I love
And
that.
then later that day, I was just like running rooftops or something. I was like, I hate this name. Like, this is so stupid. Like, it just like I don't want to like have this name. And so, but I didn't want to keep being a name changer. And so
Yeah.
anyway, I went into the name change thing, and somebody gave me a bond for it. I was like, I'm just name changing right now. And I was just choosing random names. And one of the things that I would do like a year ago on
Mhm.
stream would like if somebody gifted 5 subs, I would go do 25 squats.
Oh my
Um,
god.
and people would like ask like where's the squat cam at, like when he like just as a joke, you know what I mean, like where are you going to set up like a secondary cam like behind you,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, like maybe when somebody gets like 500 subs or something I'll do that. But for some reason it just came into my head of like squat cam, let's just try that as a name, and it was green, and I had tried so many previous names that were like
Yeah.
stupid and funny, and none of them worked, and so this one worked. And because I was doing it on stream, I
Yeah.
felt like if I didn't take it right then, somebody else would take
Oh,
it on my
true.
stream.
That's like
And
such a good
so
name, actually. I'm so surprised that wasn't taken.
I know. So I just took it. And then, of course, like a week later, I regret this name. And I'm like, God damn it. But I'm not going to change it at this point. And so I've just like
You
dealt
are,
with it to some degree.
yeah, you become squat cam.
Yeah. 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 So
So,
yeah.
do you mean that, like, no takesies backsies? You already said it. If someone gives 500, he will get a squat cam.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
said,
If somebody gifted 500, I would 100% set up a squat cam. Yeah.
dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing
Any
is,
whales
I
listening?
haven't really been streaming as consistently lately. I took like a 3 month break from streaming and everything. So
I thought you were just
yeah.
online when I wasn't.
No, no. A lot of people ask that, but the same thing happens with me. Like, I just won't see a streamer for a while, and I'm like, am I just missing the streams, or like,
Yeah.
have you just stopped streaming? And yeah, but for me, it was just a big streaming break
Are you back to it now?
to some degree, just very
Okay.
mildly. I'm trying to take it. I'm trying to go with it like less in a less stressful manner. Just like
Yeah.
do exactly what I want, which is so hard for me. It's so hard for me to do it. To just enjoy myself because
Yeah.
it feels like people expect something. Like I have to go live, and if I were to totally revamp things or do something way different, people are gonna be like, "What are you doing?"
Tell them to
But
mind their
most people
business.
don't actually think that.
Yeah,
It's
most
just
people
me in
don't
my head.
care. You're just being critical of
Yeah,
yourself for no reason.
exactly.
So you haven't been streaming as much, but you've been doing more podcasting stuff, right? You have the
Yeah,
secondary podcast.
yeah. So I have the Saeder cast, and then me, Uberus, Inferna, and Trey Blob. I've reached out to all of them, and I was like, I want to produce something that feels more consistent, because with the Saeder cast, there's never been a day that I schedule casts. Mainly because it's just my own impatience and my own like wanting to get the episode out as soon as possible, so it feels like very, very relevant. And it feels like just with guest scheduling, it's just all over the place. So
Yeah.
I try to upload once a week on average, and it's just the most random times it's uploaded. But with the Say More, we always record on Saturdays, and then we upload on Mondays for the most part, but
Nice.
unless it's like a holiday, and that feels super, super, super consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just something I wanted to do, and I just wanted to sort of take advantage of the Spotify revenue right now, because they're
Oh,
on this whole thing of like really trying to become the podcasting platform
yeah.
of like the world. And so they're like really pushing, and so they're paying their podcasters like a really good
Oh.
like just a lot of revenue at this moment for
Time to
hopefully
drop a
like the
third
next
one.
5-ish years. Yeah, seriously. Just keep pumping them out. Yeah.
What made you choose those people to be on it with you?
That's a good question. Uberu has been on the cast like 6 times or maybe even 7 times.
Oh
So
my
like
god.
he and I just click. I mean, we will have full on Saber casts off stream, like offline.
Yeah.
We'll just talk privately about our lives and stuff. So he's always been a really
cool.
good friend of mine. And I knew I'd want Uberu on. So I was kind of talking to him beforehand. I was like, hey, like if we did start a sort of offshoot group chat, who would you think about having? And then I remember having Trey. I went on his podcast, the Wilderness Podcast, and then he went on mine, and I just loved his vibe. I loved how like considerate he was, and just like
Aw.
respectful, and also like just entertaining. It
Yeah.
felt like he And it felt like he was pretty grounded as well, just like a sort of grounded voice where it's not going to be too chaotic, like because Uberu can get kind of chaotic.
Yeah.
And then we were like, you know, what'd be so fun is if we got a girl voice on,
Mhm.
like, and we were just trying to like think around the scene. We're like, who would be down for this, you know, to just come on weekly? And we kind of just landed on Sinferna, and we just wanted to ask her because she's kind of like not really streaming as much. She's been a content creator
No.
before.
That's why I was surprised
She,
she was on it. I was
yeah.
like, I feel like she doesn't even stream or anything.
Yeah, yeah. So we just asked her, and she was super, super down. And so we just started it up, and we're like, I kind of told them from the get go, I'm like, listen, I have no idea where this is going to go. Maybe the chemistry is just horrible, but let's just send it. And let's
Yeah.
just say we'll try to do it like once every 2 weeks or once every week. We landed on once a week, and they split some of the revenue. So I pay them every episode and
Yeah.
everything to come on. So it's like a group. I wanted to have them feel like it's their podcast as well. So it's like
Yeah,
we're
it's
all
not
in
just
this.
yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to make it as easy and simplistic for them as possible. So all they have to do is just show up on Saturday at 3 and we talk for an hour, and that is it for them. They don't have to do anything else.
Yep.
I'll work on the thumbnails, I'll work on the editing, I'll work on everything, and I'll get it all out, and I'll publish it on my platform so it has like the best, you know, advertising and whatever else.
Yeah.
And they've just loved that because it's just show up, done.
That's so
And, yeah.
cool. That's such a fun idea. I feel like, I mean, most podcasts obviously don't have 4 hosts. So
Yeah, yeah.
does it ever get overwhelming having that many people?
No, at the moment, not, just because it feels like we have a certain system where I'm sort of kind of leading it along.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like completely shared responsibility. I feel like that's just like the easiest way to do it is like just have somebody sort of guiding it.
You have to like take initiative a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think the system at the moment is just we have several questions, like 4 to 5 questions,
Mhm.
and then we just discuss. And it's
Fun.
because it's such a short thing, like 45 minutes to an hour,
Mhm.
it feels just really snappy, and it's fun just moving on to the next topic.
That's
So,
super cool. I'm going to link both the podcasts down below, by the way, anyone who's interested.
perfect. It's actually just the Saeder cast technically.
Is it the
So
same
all of those
channel?
are just, yeah, it's still included in the Saeder cast, but it's
I
just
didn't
like little additional episodes that you see. It's only been going on for like 2 months now.
I keep seeing like the thumbnails for it, and I didn't realize because I guess as you just put the name as that, and I just thought that they were similar pages.
Yeah, no, I mean, the thumbnail could honestly get some work because it's just, it feels like it's the exact same thumbnail. So people are just like,
Yeah.
if you haven't checked it out yet, you just imagine it's the same one episode that you've seen, because I haven't really
You
gone
just
to
really
town on
like
it.
the
But
episode. You just want to keep sharing it every week. That's okay.
yeah, just here it is again. You guys want to listen to the same thing?
Just a reminder. I think it's
Yeah.
interesting how you have this podcast of 4 people, but your original podcast, Save It, it's just you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what made you decide you want to start one alone? Because that sounds so scary.
Yeah, no, I think it was never meant to be a podcast necessarily. It was
Mhm.
just like I started it off with, I enjoy listening to RuneScape players nerd out and
Yeah.
just talk for 3 hours about RuneScape. And I was like, I want to do that. And so I had like a few opportunities to go on other people's little shows. Like I went on Hex's podcast one time. I went on like Fat Cloud's podcast. He did like 2 episodes of his podcast, the Fat Cast or the Cloud Cast or whatever he called it. But I just remember like, I love this and I want to do it. So I started it, and it was actually kind of a cooperative effort between like me and Jukebox Romeo. We're like, hey, let's just like talk about the game for a little bit. And it was kind of like his podcast. It was like an episode of his. And I was just like, I'm going to brand this as mine too. And then I'll just say this is episode 1 of my thing. And we were both cool with it. And then after that, I was like, oh, I want to get like this other high level Iron Man on. And so I had Vadi on, and then I called it like literally that episode. I was like, Save A Cast. Like, I'm just going to call it that. And from that episode until now, so 260 episodes later,
Oh my God.
I do the same intro every single time. All right, welcome to the Save It Cast number something with someone. It's been that every time now
Oh my
for
God.
5 years. So
Jesus. How do you like
Yeah.
choose your guests? You just like watch someone stream or see? No, because you have people that don't even do content creation on it too.
Mhm.
How do you choose?
Some people reach out to me, and
cool.
I'm not like fully transparent, I don't accept just anybody on it.
Yeah.
I feel like I made a blunder at the beginning. It wasn't a blunder. It was actually it paid off to some degree. But I made a Twitter post at the beginning of this year. I was like, hey, like I'm wanting to publish more episodes this year. So if you're interested and you feel like you're
I saw that.
like a passionate player, yeah, like just DM me and I'll see if we can schedule you in. And I remember just
damn, you're wild for that.
it was wild because I think I still have like 20-ish unread. They're not unread messages, but they're just unresponded to because I don't know how to just say no, or I don't know, and also I don't know how to say like yes, but give me 4 months because I had like other things scheduled.
Exactly.
And so a lot of them like I just never got back to because I just didn't want to schedule something out 4 months. That feels weird. And then now it's just been so long. Now it's almost been a year for some of them, and I'm like,
awkward.
Yeah, but then there was some people like, I'm not trying to like poop on them or anything, but like one person came and they're like, hey, like I sell this merchandise for RuneScape. Can I come on and talk about my RuneScape merchandise? And I'm like, no, I didn't say anything. I just never responded to it. But it was just, I remember getting little things where it really felt like people were really using it just to get their name out for some of just their content or their product or whatever, instead of it being like, I love RuneScape. This is why I want to talk about this and this about the game. So,
that's so uncomfortable.
yeah, I started.
I would.
Yeah, it's just like I'm just not going to respond. Yeah, I just don't know how to. I'll be like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then they're gonna be like, why not? And I'm like, because of this and this and this. And then they're like, well, what if I just don't talk about this and this and this? I'm like, no, I'm done.
Like, no, because now I'm gonna know in the back of my head that's what you want to talk about, and now it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so funny because like whenever I have people on the podcast, I only invite people I've really spoken to because I'm scared I'll have someone who's like a horrible person or something, and I just secretly don't know. But I mean, I guess I could have people I know. But I almost lost my train of thought. Okay. I always I hype up everything they're doing. I'm like, tell me about like merch you make or things that you like post or where you stream. And I'm like, I want to get you seen as much as possible, like try to advertise you. But then whenever like I'm on your podcast, I'm like, I shan't mention that I have a YouTube. Like I don't want to take advantage.
Yeah, it's a really fine line when it comes to like not trying to shamelessly plug everything of yours to some degree. It feels like just I swear content creation really is just so cringe in so many ways. If you want to like grow quickly and stuff like that, it's just so cringe. You're just plastering yourself everywhere and that's just the only way.
I didn't know that it was like bad stream etiquette. So she doesn't care, but I used to go in Bastilla's chat and be like, all right, I'm going to go live now. Have a good stream. And then later on, everyone was like, you don't do that, Michelle. And I was like, what do you mean? But she says she doesn't care and she's so sweet. But I was just like, now I do see people do it in my chat. And I'm like, are you awkward like me and you don't realize, or are you doing it in a weird way?
Yeah. At least you can probably have a little bit of empathy. Like maybe they're just, and the other thing is, if you're like a really, really, really small creator, because like when I was a small creator, like I started off on Twitch. I never had a YouTube. Nobody really knew who I was besides just my, me just being on Twitch as a viewer. And so some streamers knew who I was to some mild degree. And I was a pretty high level Iron Man at that point, nowhere near where I became. But like, I remember streaming to 1 or 2 people and then ending. And I'm like, how do I get like more people in here? And so I just started I started watching other streams and like I would just tell them in the cringiest way, but I would try not to. But like I just knew I had to say something like to my streamers that I've been supporting. I had been subbed to several streamers for a year plus, and I felt like these are the people that I could mention, like, hey, like I stream, try to make it as natural as possible. Because if they say like, how are you? And I'm like, oh, I started streaming. Haha. Like it's cringe, but at least they asked. I didn't just go in and be like, hey, I stream, everybody. Like, check me out.
Oh my God.
And so that was a way for them to, very few people did it at first, but I eventually got a couple raids from it. And then the biggest one that really like kind of jump started my streaming was like It's Will. Like I would watch It's Will, and then he raided me one night, and with like at the time it was like 200 people, which was just massive. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God. And it was, so you got to find some cringe strategies. And I used to go into my clan. I was in, what clan was I in at the time? I think like Iron Clan or something.
Mhm.
And every single time I go live, I'd be like, hey guys, I'm on
No.
Twitch at Saeder. They used to be my name. And nobody would say anything, or somebody would say Pog. And then it's just
You'd
like,
be like,
ugh.
anyways.
Yeah, it was just really bad. It would get so cringe where I would just like say it and then just like leave the chat channel because I was like, I don't even want to know what
Leave
people
the
say.
clan.
Like, just leave it. Yeah.
That's so funny. You have to be so awkward. It sucks
Do.
having to advertise yourself and like you go and you'll use your emotes in someone's channel and then it's like, wait, was it rude that I was just using my emotes? Because some people there's like weird politics behind streaming. Like
It's I leaned into using my own emotes on
Yeah.
streams. In fact, like there's an episode of me going on Base After Dark and they were memeing, they were saying like, oh, it's so cringe when people use their own emotes in like the channel. And then they're like, besides Saeder, like when Saeder does it, it's actually funny because he just does it everywhere. He just spams it and he has no shame about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
hell yeah. Like I leaned into it so hard where I just spam my own shit
Good.
that
As
like
you
nobody
should.
cares.
The thing is, like, if you do it too much and it's clear you're just trying to get people to be like, oh, your channel, that's weird. But for me, I like my emotes genuinely.
Yeah.
I like them more than
Yeah.
other people's emotes. I want to use them.
Yeah.
But
There
it just
doesn't
seems
need to be
weird.
anything cringe about that. Yeah.
Exactly. It's, yeah, content creation in general is just having to advertise yourself is cringe. I had my RuneScape name was TTV Bunebape for a while because I was like, that's embarrassing. No. And someone gifted like a 5-pack of subs and I was like, sure, whatever. And it worked sometimes. Sometimes people would like make fun of me and I felt embarrassed whenever people would ask me, but some people would be like, oh, I saw you running around in game. And I'm like, oh, well, it worked. I changed it though. I'm like, I can't do this. I only stream
Yeah.
10 hours a week. I need a regular username. But it just,
Yeah, it's you got to find the little ways to do it.
yeah.
So,
I know there's a lot of discords too for anyone who wants to advertise that will have channels that say like
Mhm.
advertise here.
yeah, like I have in my Discord server, I have a like shameless plugs basically, so anybody can post their YouTube content or their whatever's
that.
going on. Just say like, hey, I posted a new video or I'm streaming live, and it's just a way to do that because I feel like I remember being a small creator, and I remember very like distinctly, if I ever became a bigger streamer, I would want to give the smaller guys a chance. Like I'd want to be that guy that jumps into the zero stream Andes, you know, that are just on the very bottom of the list and like give them a view. And I used to do that a lot actually.
Yeah.
And I even got like really loyal viewers on it was almost like a way to build my own viewer base, which is
You're
as
recruiting
cringe
them
as
all
it
to
sounds.
be part of your stream.
Yeah, I was basically recruiting to my own stream, but like I wanted to help out other people. So like I'd go into a stream and if I enjoyed the vibe, like I'd drop them a sub because I felt like I was doing all right. Like, and
Yeah.
I wanted to just like spread the love to some degree,
Yeah.
you know?
It's like a
I haven't,
charity.
yeah. And then, I mean, I did have one guy, you know, funny enough, I had a guy that I popped into his stream. And this dude's name, I think at the time was named like Breadman something. I don't even know. It was just like goofy
Strong
name. But
name.
he had his camera up. We was streaming to like 0 people. I pop in. Turns out we have the same birthday. So
Oh.
we just literally had the same birthday, same birth year, everything.
That's weird.
And yeah, and then he like we just like super connected. And then he jumped over to my stream. He became mod. And one night he got like really drunk. He was in like the military and he was just like kind of going all over the place, but
Yeah.
got really drunk one night playing RuneScape. He dropped in my stream and dropped me like 100 subs or something. And I was
oh
like,
my God.
okay, like this was a great investment. I go to his stream,
Crazy.
drop him a sub. You know, we have the same birthday. He becomes a mod in my streams, there
Gives
for
me
months.
100 subs.
Gives me 100. I was like, I gotta do this more often. Obviously, like, I don't know, but it was goofy just thinking about like how much that actually paid off in a weird way.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
You should have told him if he did 500, he would have gotten a squat cam. Like he's kind of a
But
fool
yeah,
for that. Bread
yeah,
man.
he is. Yeah,
I
freaking
remember
bread man.
I would try to do that, but now I don't as much because like I'd like raid people because I see they have like 1 viewer or like 3 or something. And then like there was one time I raided someone not realizing that they were no mic, no cam radio stream. And I was
Yeah,
just like,
that's-
this is hard when you're a small creator.
It's very hard to do that.
Yeah.
And it's uncomfortable for the raider, the people that raid. It's like,
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, sorry guys, I didn't realize that. I thought that there was a mic because I don't now I'd know better, but I just didn't test the volume. I was like, oh, whatever, they're no cam. And then we went and they were in chat like, hi. And I was
They're
like,
like typing
oh,
in the chat.
no. I was doing my part.
Yeah, that's a sweet thing to do. I mean, I used to I would spend so much more of my raids on the smaller people when in reality it's always better for growth to raid the people that are either your stage or higher, just slightly higher.
Yeah.
Because it means you're like connecting with them and then they feel obligated to raid you later. But
you guys as viewers.
I never really cared about that. I was just like, I just want to show the love to this guy that has like 3 viewers, you know?
Yeah. And help them grow a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would feel, and I am ashamed of this, I would like raid someone who has like less viewers and then they would go and surpass me and I'd feel a little jealous. I'm not going to lie. But I'm like I think it was all just part of doing the content creation full time is it makes you feel things you don't want to feel.
Oh yeah.
Like
the
jealousy of your friends.
Yeah, no, the jealousy is definitely like a thing. It's just such a natural thing when you're trying to grow. And I think it's also flawed to some degree because it's not like a zero sum contest where if one person rises, the other person has to go down. Like you guys can all rise to some degree. And
it's like logically I know that.
yeah, but it is uncomfortable when I do remember several streamers that would like pass me in viewership and I knew how petty it was in my head to think this.
Yes.
And so it just took so much energy out of me to just don't think about it. It's fine. Like I'm doing my thing. And then I'd get the jealousy of like some creator that used to be smaller than me. And then he's getting like tons of support and it feels like he's just blowing up and it's becoming way more lucrative for him. And I'm sitting here like, why am I,
You're like,
what can I do better? Yeah. So it's just, it adds stress and you just can't let that. Yeah. The comparisons are so natural, but I think a healthier way to compare would be like compare yourself to people that are lower than you and be like, look how much further I've come. No, don't look at all the high people that have like shot up like massively.
So, this is your advice. Go to the one viewer streamers, be like, I'm better than them.
Like straight up, like it can help, you know? Because I mean, think about it. Like, yeah, like the self-esteem, like when I'm looking at, you know, I don't know, fitness YouTubers or whatever, and I'm just like, these guys are jacked, and I'm just like, God, I feel so bad. But then I'll just be walking around the street, and I feel, you know,
you feel fit,
fine,
you feel good.
Yeah, like I feel like fit enough, and I feel comfortable. It's all comparison. I'm just comparing, and this is such a rotten mindset to have in general, even with comparing yourself lower. Like it's just it's unhealthy.
The thief of joy.
It is. It totally is. But it's so hard to like manage. It takes training to not get obsessed with it.
Do you think you still kind of compare yourself to others, or have you kind of like moved past that?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't moved past it. I'm still human, but I definitely have learned coping strategies or just like little techniques to not have it influence me as much. One is just don't pay attention to it. Like just try if you're getting flooded by some creator that you're annoyed with or you're feeling jealousy toward, like just get them out of your feed. Like just don't quit ruminating on it. But on top of that, it's just focusing on yourself, and that's easier said than done because a lot of the time to focus on yourself properly, you need to be healed in a way from your own issues. And so it's just a whole culmination of healthy habits and just getting into a rhythm in your life where things are just clicking and you're just focusing on yourself, focusing on your own grind, and just there's a lot to it. It's not just one fix. So.
Yeah, definitely harder than it sounds.
Yeah.
What you said you started your podcast 5 years ago, right? Were you streaming at that time too?
Yeah, so I started streaming January of 2019, so it'll almost be 7 years in January.
Holy moly.
Yeah, and I started the podcast December of 2020, so almost 2 years after I started streaming, that's when the podcast started. And so December 5th, so in 20 days-ish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll hit my 5 year of the Saeder cast.
Holy, that's crazy.
Yeah. It is.
Why'd you like start the streaming and what made you decide to move on to the podcasting too?
The streaming was just me working really shitty or dead end jobs,
Yeah.
and I just hated my life. And I also was struggling with school because I couldn't focus. And I just really didn't know what I was doing with my life. And so I remember watching streamers and being like, these guys come out of nowhere. It's not like anybody's built to be a streamer. They just
Yeah.
start streaming. They click the go live button and they build something out of it. And I was like,
Yeah.
wow, I remember having that just
Epiphany.
illuminating thought. Like I can just be a streamer if I wanted. It's going to take some time and stuff. But I remember I had a great opportunity to move out with my brother to Baltimore. I was in Oregon at the time, just working. I was working at a Dollar Tree beforehand.
Oh, that's
And just in the warehouse, I was like stocking shelves and stuff. I was like, I hate this. And yeah, so I just dropped out of school and I was like, I might go back to school, but I really didn't know what I was doing. I changed my major twice and I was just like, I'm lost. So all I knew is I wanted to play RuneScape all day. So how could I play RuneScape all day? I could stream. And so that was kind of how I started it. The podcast came later. And that was just because I felt like YouTube was just the next step in content creation. It should have been really the first step to some degree. I think YouTube is definitely a smarter move to start with and then pull your whole audience to a live stream later rather than trying to organically grow like a streamer. But yeah, the podcast was one of my best decisions. I feel like I've always been a person that'll quit a project. I'll start something and I'll just quit later and I'll just get lazy. This thing, I am so shocked that I've kept it up consistently for 5 years. Like there's nothing else that I've kept up so consistently. So.
And what a cool job you have. You can be like, I'm a RuneScape podcaster. You'd be like, what? Do you mean?
It is cool. It's actually cooler now because I don't stream as often. It's cooler to say I'm a podcaster to some degree rather than saying I'm a Twitch streamer because one, it's like if you ever are live and you've told people now they're going to come to your stream and it's like, God, you're just going to watch like how cringe this is. And like, I have to explain myself. And then I've had real life friends come into my stream and just start like doxing me. I'm just like, please stop. Like, this is not a hangout. Like, this is my job. Like this isn't just a friend hangout. Like, hey, how's this family member in your family doing at this school? I'm like,
with their full name.
What are you saying? Yeah. Like, stop.
Whenever I first started streaming, my younger sister came in a chat and we made clear she was my sister. Her username was her full name. And I'm like, Leah, please, like last name too. And I'm like, girl, get out of my chat.
Yeah, my younger brother had his full first name, last name. And he'd be like, what up, big bro? I'm like, stop.
They're like, hello, stranger.
Now people, now people know my last name. I mean, you can just do a quick search on it. But I was getting worried because I remember hearing horror stories of like people getting doxxed that are on the internet. And I mean, I've had really toxic viewers that become toxic and will dox and stuff. Like I've had people on Twitter make throwaway accounts and just reply to my thing and just share my full address, including the apartment number and just like my family members like in a list. Yeah, they'll just do things like that. And this happened maybe like a year and a half ago or something when it was happening a little bit more consistently. And then people would just make not fake Twitch accounts, but they would make alt Twitch accounts over and over and over and just spam my name, where I went to school, where I live, like just in the Twitch chat. So I'd just have to like ban them. Twitch added some great tools a couple years back where if they were a suspicious viewer, their message wouldn't even show up at first. It would be held. And that was just an amazing tool because as soon as somebody's banned and they weren't using a VPN properly, they're just they're like permanently like locked on this. Your message will never show. They think their message is shown, which is great. It's like a shadow ban to some degree. Yeah, but nobody sees it except for me and my mods.
That's so scary. I didn't know that people were like doxing you like that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. No, and the worst part is like when they start bringing like family into it where they're just completely unrelated to what's happening. So like, why are you
like they didn't sign up to be online? Like, don't involve them. I like tell my family too, like if they come by, I'm like, do not say anything. I accidentally dox myself all the time. I actually said the name of my workplace the other week and I pretended my stream broke. And I was just mid-sentence and clicked end. And then I went,
delete the VOD.
Come back. Oh my God, you guys, that was weird. And I had two people DM me like, I think you just said the name of your work. And I was like, thank God it's for a huge company.
Yeah. I've had a few moments where I've had to like delete VOD as soon as possible because of, I don't even remember what the situation was, but yeah, I feel that.
And you have to pretend that it's like an accident, because otherwise people will be like, what happened? Should I go look at the VOD? And you
Yeah.
just cut it off mid-sentence and be like, oh my God. I've shown my address on stream. It's true.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that's what I did actually. I went onto a browser source and I had, this is back in Alabama, I had like all these like Chrome tabs up there, and it was like my utility bill, and it like had like half my address and everything. And I've even had moments where like I'll open a Google Doc, and of course Google's like, you're logged into this email, my personal email. I'm just gonna flash it to everybody like right here. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
You don't need to do that, Google. Please stop.
Yeah, it's so bad. You're signed into this account, by the way. Did you know that?
By the
Hey,
way,
everybody, you're
just
signed
to
into this
confirm,
one.
is this still your credit card number, by the way?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
go
it's just like-
away.
Yeah, so I've had to delete a few VODs like that.
Yeah, I was sponsored by Factor, and I was just like, let's see what I'm gonna order, not knowing it shows your address at the bottom of the page. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
I hate sponsors now.
Yep.
It's scary, but most people are nice at least.
Yeah, it feels, and even the people that are really toxic, like I've had threats of things. You know, when people know my address and it's some like super racist account that's spreading a bunch of just retweets of violence and things, it's like obviously scary, but like this dude's living in his basement. Like I'm not like political, like I'm not in like a political seat. I feel like it would be easier to be more fearful of things if you were like spreading hate, or like you're a creator that's having a really strong political ideology that people are super against. But if you're just a RuneScape streamer, it just feels like you're pretty safe. Like nobody has the energy to commit a crime against you.
Hopefully not. I'm like,
Against
I have my
yeah,
little
yeah.
alarm
I mean,
system
obviously,
just in case.
yeah. Like there are psychopaths, of course, and you know, if people really become parasocial with it, then obviously there's a little bit. But I feel like the parasocialness is sort of a two-way street to some degree. Like you would have to sort of keep like leading it on to some degree, and then they become obsessed, and then they become fanatic. But I feel like as a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer, like there's very, very low risk of me getting like actively harassed in real life.
Yeah, I'm glad because that's scary. Do people harass you in game too?
Yeah, it would happen in game, but mostly as soon as I do any content in the wilderness, that's pretty much when it would happen.
Are you can you defend yourself in the wilderness? Are you or are you just dead?
Not really, because the only times it would happen was when I'm in multi.
Oh,
So it's just like
just a
you're
gang
just gonna
of
get
people.
teamed up. Yeah, it's just gonna be a gang of people, and then they'll start.
painful.
I had one moment where I was like streaming in the Rev Caves, and of course hate watchers are in there, so they pull their friends together
Oh,
and start killing me, and then start like shit talking at the bank, and then they'll start saying, "Hey, is this your sister's name? This like, is this like where you live? Haha!" Like
I don't understand.
it's just creepy. Yeah, it's
That's
just
so
very
creepy.
degenerate behavior. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the rune. You're like, you have to be a true psychopath, and I was like, but psychopaths play RuneScape. Have you seen those games?
Yeah.
I sometimes wish I didn't love this game as much as I do, but now I've gotten so into it. I'm like, I can't give it up. It's just too good. I'll just
It's
not talk to
fun.
people.
It's a wonderful game.
Is it fun, or is the idea of it fun? So,
It's so funny. Yeah, I remember like those memes of like the girl like imagining something, and then the girl like actually drawing on her little,
on her
I
paper,
don't know, like
crying or whatever.
a little coloring book, just crying. Yeah, it's like can't do this anymore. That meme's great, but it really, I feel like, I feel like it kind of goes both ways, because I
Okay.
truly do enjoy playing the game,
Mhm.
and I really love imagining. I used to love this way more, not as much these days, but I used to just imagine how fun it would be to do a massive grind
Yes.
that is actually going to be painful to do.
Muscarius.
But just yeah, or even like getting a 99 or something, or just getting some crazy thing like I could just do this, and you start doing it, and you're like looking at the XP, and you're like, I'm gonna
Wait, never mind. This isn't what I have romanticized in my head.
yeah. But there's something extremely fulfilling about actually achieving a goal that you set that ended up actually being difficult, and then completing it. It's like, wow, okay, like that's fulfilling. Like
Yeah.
even though it's just a video game.
I think that's like my favorite part about RuneScape is I like stuff like checklists. So like checking stuff off, like collection log slots or little goals I come up with. I'm like, that is so satisfying to me, being like, I'm done. Like It's happened. Like I was trying to grind 200 elite clues and I finally finished last night. And I was like, this is so much fun. As I'm just like painfully killing Starachnis over and over again, trying to get more elite clues. And I'm like, this part's maybe not the fun part, but whenever I open the clues, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's an interesting game, but there are some content that like, oh my God, why do I sound like I'm so full of copium right now? I was like, there's some content that's actually fun. Like when you play.
Game can be fun
It
sometimes.
can be. I swear, with my like 400 days, you're 800 days played. My God.
Yeah.
I know you were talking.
And on this account, I'm at 120. So yeah.
That's like.
So I think that's what, like probably an average of like 8 hours a day for a year. That's fine if I'm. It's kind of
it's
like
your
my
job.
job to
It's
some
your
degree.
job.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So I can.
That's how I defend my hours too. I'm like, it was my job for a little bit, okay? Like, and a lot of me going AFK will I'll like leave the room and just get logged after 20 minutes. You know, that's probably at least a day. I hope.
Oh yeah, at least.
Otherwise, it's kind
Maybe
of
a week.
scary. Yeah, or maybe like 100 days. I don't know. But I know you mentioned like a hardcore accounts earlier. Did you ever have a hardcore?
Yeah, my Saeder actually was a hardcore at first.
Oh, tragic.
Yep.
Not no more.
It's really not. Being a hardcore sucks. I hate it. The only aspect of hardcore that's fun is being a content creator. And now I think the only way to really do it is like being in a group hardcore. I think a group hardcore as a content creator is extremely fun.
Yeah.
But doing anything hardcore just for your own enjoyment, it's so stressful. It's needlessly stressful. It feels like, what's the point? Because when you die, like, what's the plan? Are you going to remake, or are you just going to continue? Because if you're going to just continue, what was the point in the first place of stressing yourself out and like being excluded from the wilderness, being excluded from doing like wildy hard clues, for example, or using the chaos altar, or just like panicking over situations and overhealing so you're not in any danger? It's just boring. And then if you ever wanted to do CG, you feel the obligation to do like tier 3 prepping, where if you were just a normal Iron Man, just tier 1 it, and if you die, you die. It's not the end of the world. So yeah, a lot of parts of, and the teleport crystal, the escape crystal that you can now use, that thing has made gameplay just so awkward, because if you want to be perfectly safe with it, you have to set it to like a 2-second telly. So if you're in combat and you don't register anything on your account for 2 seconds, you'll get tellied out. But that's the only way to make it optimally safe. So you see like Lake and Mutts and any other hardcore, they're constantly just spamming their F keys just so like things are happening
so
nonstop.
The crystal is like, yeah, okay, you're fine. You're like,
yeah, you're good. Yeah, it's just constant right clicking and F keying and stuff, and that's like the safest way you can do it. And then you're constantly overhealing, and you're just making sure you're not ever getting chance. It's just like
exhausting.
It's boring. Yeah, it's exhausting.
How'd you end up dying on the account?
I died
How'd you pass away?
I was in the catacombs. And I was on my laptop on college Wi-Fi in my dorm. And I remember I was just laying on my bed on the Wi-Fi, and I was killing black demons, one tick flicking my prayers. I was about 1,300 total, just a black demon task in the catacombs. And I had 3 of them on me, and my internet just DC'd. And because I was one tick flicking, it was just like 50-50 chance of it having been on or off, and it was just off. And so like I logged in, and I was dead, and I was like, whatever, just moving on.
It's okay if it hurt. You don't have to pretend it was whatever.
It did hurt, and it actually made me like depressed for about like 2 weeks. And I just, it was hard for me to play the account. I was considering making another hardcore. And then as soon as those 2 weeks passed, I was like, this is so much better.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the reason why, like on this account, people are like, why don't you just make a hardcore? If you die, you die. Because I don't want to go through that 2 to 3 week depression phase of like, I died and now I don't know what to do with myself. And then you slowly like rebuild. Just like, I just don't want to go through it.
I don't, I've never understood like the dying and going to make a new account. Cause I would always be like how, I mean, you've been and how I know Sid was too, where if it dies, I'd be like, I'm not throwing away this count. Like, this is just gonna be my account now. I can't throw away account. But I mean, that's just, I've always played on my main. So I just can't even imagine. Any alt I've made lasts like 3 weeks and then get bored.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a hardcore hater though. Is that saying accurate?
Not a hater, it's just
clickbait.
It's just
get people to watch this.
Yeah. I just don't enjoy personally playing the game mode. I enjoy watching it to some degree.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just obnoxious to play it. It's obnoxious.
Is that your account where you were going dry on the Duke pet?
Saeder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never-
8,000 something KC. Still don't have it.
I was gonna say you never got it.
No. I'll probably get it on Squad Cam. I've killed it like maybe 250 times. I'm logged in right now, mining stars. Let's
Are
see.
you? I
KC
can't.
Duke.
I cannot do content while I record.
275.
275. You watch it
Yeah?
get spooned. You're gonna get under 500.
It could
kinda
happen.
grimaced.
You never know.
You grimaced a little bit when I said it. Your face was like.
No. I was gonna think of something else. I was just thinking of like how much Duke I've actually killed, and
A lot.
Duke's great, but I feel like I'm not gonna continue to grind Duke until I get Oath Plate. I think like Oath Plate is worth getting first. I only have the
Shrimp.
helmet right now. I want the top and the body, or the torso and the legs.
How do you stay motivated as an iron? Like I like collection logging, but I can just give up and leave and buy the object.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, let me ask you. I mean, what is the part of iron that's not fun? Is it this like the kind of how many hours it takes, or like learning things that you're forced to some degree?
Both. And
Okay.
I like using the items. Like I like using a scythe at top. So I'm grinding this scythe for collection log, but I already own it, so it's okay. So I think I'm also just very afraid of going really dry. Like Lado, I don't know if you've seen his stream, but he's like one of the driest people for a scythe on an iron, and it's just like depressing.
Yeah.
It's always so sad.
Yeah, that's one of the issues with iron. But if you see iron as, and again, kind of going back to like why I'm stressed out about raids on this account, but like this, I think I'm in a privileged position where I have an account that's an Iron Man and has basically everything besides all the new stuff that's come out, like Oath Blade and all the Doom stuff. But like for a good while, I had everything. And playing like that, I've just got to experience that. And I feel like there's many players in this game that just have full-time jobs and everything else that have never even gotten anywhere close to that point on the game. And all they can ever think about is like how glorious it will finally be to be at that point where you're maxed, you have all the gear, and it's just gonna be so glorious. But I've experienced that for years straight. And it got to the point where like I actually can just kind of relax and play an early game account and like lean into that early grind. Like this account resisted moons, it resisted barrows. I didn't do any of it. I instead went to like Saradomin first, got an SG. I went to Saradomin at like 70-ish range. And like I grinded to 92 agility before I really did much else. Like I got a Ring of Endurance to go to Zilliana, got an SGS, got an ACB. Like I was doing all these like weird grinds, and I was doing it in a difficult way where like this shit was hard with a rune crossbow in 70 range. Like these kills were taking forever. But there wasn't a part of me that's like, oh, as soon as I just have really good stuff, I'm going to finally enjoy the game. Like, no, I was leaning into how difficult this was with the shit gear and truly embracing it and enjoying it. And if I ever wasn't, I could just log into Saeder and experience having the scythe, having the Torva, having everything else.
That's nice. I like that. Not worrying about having to grind to get there, but just enjoying the whole ride. Because, you know, there's a lot of people that will come in and like chat and stuff and be like, oh, I'm almost maxed. Then I can start playing the game. And then like 2 weeks later, they're like, I'm burnt. I haven't logged in. And I'm like, yeah, because you're not having fun. Like, so that sounds more interesting, but at the same time awful, because I imagine those KC took like 5 minutes.
They did, but it was fun. Well, one, it's like the game becomes more interesting because if I were to do Zilliana on Saeder, it's useless to prayer flick. It's just pointless because you have a Tebow, Nasori, and everything else, and Rigger, and you're just boom, you're dead in 5 seconds, and then it almost gives you an excuse to be lazier with your gameplay. Yeah. And again, for a lot of players, that's what they actually want. Yeah. Long term, like they don't actually want to like have to be mechanical with things. But when I was forced, and I was only 70 defense, 75 range going into Zilliana, and I had Black D hide and a rune crossbow and a fucking Ava's assembler, or not even an assembler. I don't even think I had an assembler. Maybe I had an assembler. Maybe I did Vorkath. I can't remember. But it was so bad. But it forced me to learn perfect mechanical switches. Like I had to flick both minions every 5 ticks, run, shoot, and it made it like almost more enjoyable because of like the the pressure and the mechanics that I had to master to some degree. And I feel like with a lot of content, when you're lower level and shitty gear, it forces you to really push the limits on your own abilities.
Yeah.
And that's fun in and of itself, not even imagining. I don't know. I feel like the power creep, like, is the more powerful you get in this game, the easier everything becomes, obviously.
Yes.
But like it almost gets like you become lazier with things. It's just like, I don't
Oh,
need
yeah.
to flick. I'll just heal up later. Like I have a
Me.
blood fury now or whatever else, like, so
That's so
yeah.
funny. I feel like you have to be a better player to kill Saeder on level 70 than me doing like hard content with like my max combat. Cause yeah, you could just use whatever, keep your prayers on, go AFK with the blood fury and you'll heal. It's fine.
It's truly difficult. I mean, I even did my Bandos grind. At first, my plan was to go to Bandos because I knew how to melee flick Bandos.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was thinking, I'm going to go to Bandos on this low level account with I think I had a Dragon Scimitar and just like really shitty gear and the super low stats. I think I had like 80 strength and like 70 attack and defense. And I was going to bring sacks of potatoes to Tiki. So I was just going to basically be like super low. I think I got a total of like 3 or 4 kills that way.
Yeah.
And it was taking forever. And like, don't get me wrong, it was a rush. Like, it was just like I had to be so locked in.
Yeah.
But it was so difficult and it would take so long. Like, imagining continuously doing that for like hundreds of kills was like, nope. So there are some things where it's like it actually becomes masochistic to some degree. But
Yeah.
Saeder was awesome. And I did get lucky. Got a 200 KC hilt and a 300-ish KC ACB.
It only
The
took you
ACB
3
is how I got
months.
the Inferno.
Wait.
The Infernal Cape. So.
Really? You got an ACB?
Yeah, it was my first time ever. I guess on Saeder, there was a Zuck task to do it without a T-bow, do the Inferno. But I had like everything else. But on this account, it was the first time where I really did like a pure ACB cape, which is something I never really did with like lower stats. I wasn't even 99 range.
Oh my god.
So
how hard was that? I don't have an Infernal Cape, so just getting one with a T-bow already sounds hard, and ACB sounds literally impossible.
It really wasn't that bad. I think the Inferno, I've never been a master at the Inferno by any means, but I feel like I can just kind of like get it done. And I think I died several times and then ended up getting it. And then I sacrificed my own Infernal Cape on my birthday earlier this year in June. And I had to go get another one. And I think I failed the 2 next tasks I got. I just didn't get it. And I'm like, I hate that. I hated it because I didn't even have a fire cape because I sacrificed the fire cape, didn't have an Infernal Cape. So I was like doing my melee slayer and stuff with like I don't even know what was I using? A myth cape? I was using my myth's cape. Yeah, it was just horrible. I was like, I need to get this back so bad, but I need a task and I just couldn't get the task.
I love that.
That was awful.
I didn't know like to use a Myth's Cape before Fire Cape, and I would just use my Quest Cape everywhere, and people would like make fun of me, and I'm just like, I don't know like what to use. My Quest
to
Cape
be
is
fair,
cool.
like Myth Cape I think has like +1 strength. It's barely anything, so
would have been
fuck
huge
it.
for
I
the
think
account.
you're cooler with the Quest Cape.
Thank you. See, I'm like putting myself through struggle. Like
Yeah, and you don't need to.
yeah, exactly. Because it makes the game better. But
It does. Fashion is everything in this game, honestly. Like, you got to look cool grinding.
Are you involved in like Fashionscape and stuff?
Oh yeah, like I love looking like a pimp. I love like
canes.
the canes, like
Yeah,
what do you mean? Like the little
clue
like
scrolls.
handheld?
Yeah, there's
Oh
little,
god,
like,
no,
actual
that's not
canes.
fashion. That's called like bot city. That's like gambler bots. That's like the gambling bot
No.
outfit.
You need to have your pimp cane.
As a female character, if everything else is looking good, I think a cane can match that.
Yeah.
But when I imagine a cane, I imagine some level 3 bot with some like gibberish name spamming like buying Tumikins, buy Tumikins. Just like I don't know what's happening. So
I've seen the bots get so lazy. This one person, it's probably different bots. I keep seeing the GE saying buying T-bow for a lot. And I'm like, you're not even advertising a number.
it's like rage bait. It's literally rage bait. It just like makes you want to go over and like, what the do you want?
Like,
and then you
what do you
trade them, and then what's gonna happen is you're gonna show your T-bow or whatever they want, and then they're gonna be like, oh, my main's over in like
wherever world.
Sears Village or something. So like, here, grab this tele tab. I'll give it to you for free, and you click accept to get the tele tab, and you click accept again, and then all of a sudden your T-bow's gone because your brain didn't like register that it's still on the trade screen, and he's giving you like a free tele, like, here, just like teleport quickly to here, and I'll give you a bunch of money for it. Yeah. It literally happened live on. There's a clip of this guy that it happens to, and he, it's so bad. I mean, this dude was just it almost looks like it was set up, and I honestly don't think it was because his reaction was just, he was devastated. But
Oh.
he's just like, all right, what's this idiot doing? And he like trades him. I'll have to find, maybe I can link you the clip and you can like insert it in there.
Yeah,
But
if you can find it.
yeah. He eventually teleports to Lumbridge and he's like, where's this guy at? Like, where is he? Like, I'm going to trade him the thing. And Teebo's gone. And he's like, where is this guy at? And he runs up to the bank and he just realizes he doesn't have his Teebo's like, wait, where's my Teebo at? It was bad.
Bro, I would
It was
like
bad.
not play for a month. That'd be, because sometimes I do get tempted to like with them. Like I'll be like, oh, I want to go put my shadow in there to see what they do, and everyone's like, don't do it. You
Just
will
don't even.
accidentally click something and lose it. And I'm like, fine, but it does sound fun to mess with them.
It's not, well, with these, like, just understand that they're all bots. Like, they're just programmed to do that.
People.
Yeah, so you're not going to get any actual gratification.
I know. Oh, but it's so tempting. I do love to be petty every once in a while.
Yeah. But that's how they get you. Like, you want to sort of like outsmart the scammer, or you want to like just, what's going on? Like, play along for a little bit, and they've
probably gotten so
feed
much
off
from
of that.
Just
Yeah.
Have you ever been scammed like that? Or like at all?
As a kid, I got scammed a couple times. I'm trying to think if I ever got scammed when I was a main account first starting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever got scammed. I think I was pretty. I remember when I first started Old School in like September of 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting at the Grand Exchange, not really knowing what to do on my account, and there was a lot of doubling money.
Oh yeah.
And so I would just kind of be like, ooh, I have a lot of money. And I would kind of play the game of like, here's 1K. Like, let's see if you're trustworthy. You know what I mean? And then he'd give you 2K because he wants to build your trust. And you're like, ooh, cool. And then you give him like 5K and he does it. And then I would say like, I'm going to give you like $1 million, but let me just do one more like trust trade of like 50K.
Yeah.
And I give him 50K and you give me 100K and then I just leave. And so like I made like, 70K at the time, which for me was a lot because I was just doing like the mild hustling with these doublers and just playing along, be like, I'm going to give you all this money later. Like just do one more trust trade. But you couldn't get too greedy because if you did like 200K and then they felt like it was time to run, then they would log out and you're like,
yeah.
So you just had to do like those little bits here and there. So I think I lost a little bit of money occasionally doing that, but I think I overall profited for that 2 weeks. I was just sitting at the Grand Exchange doing all.
You need to do a money-making guide, and it's just doing the trust trades over and over.
Yeah, the doubling money is like nowhere to be seen. That used to be so popular.
It did, because that
It was
happened
everywhere.
like, or like showing your bank worth and it'll give you whatever. That used to happen all the time whenever I first started in like 2018, and that's actually how I got like my first. Man, I was broke. So I got like my first 100K because they gave it to me. And then that's literally everything I had. So I was like, thanks. And I just banked it and left. There was no hustling. I was just like, oh my God, I doubled it.
That's so cute.
Yeah, it was a time. I was really bad at making money. So that was nice of them. I actually got most of my money because people are like, oh, your Sims give you money, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I got it from a stranger who dropped an Elysian at the bank. And they told everyone, I'm going to drop an Elysian here. And I got it. And I got 600 mil.
Oh my God.
That was even crazier in hindsight because I've never had 600 mil one time since I got my shadow.
That's insane. Yeah. Holy shit.
I didn't know anything about gear. I was still in like obsidian armor. So I had Robert come over and I was like, what do I buy? And he's like, bandos. And I was like, what's that? It's like, that's how I got all my gear. So that's why it annoys me when people are like, you were gifted it all. And I was like, first of all, it was a random game of chance, actually. They dropped a Tebow after too, but I didn't get the Tebow.
That's wild.
I'm wondering, like, did they hack someone's account and drop it? I hope
No,
not.
there's no way, because if you did that, if you were to go through the effort of hacking, you're probably a psychopath enough to sell it. Yeah. Like, why would you just...
That makes me feel better because sometimes I do have a little bit of guilt. Like, why were they dropping all this stuff?
Yeah, I think the thing that could have been a potential is like maybe they were just like super depressed and they're like,
oh no,
gonna end it all. Like here's all my shit, like on RuneScape.
Now I'm
But
scared.
yeah, not to get all dark, but no, I'm sure they were just fine. They're just dropping stuff because they just wanted to quit the game or something.
You've unlocked a new fear. Now I'm like, if it was you, are you still alive? Are you okay?
Nah, they're fine.
Hopefully. I feel like I should have actually had you on next week because I did not think about how Sailing's coming out. And I'm having on before sailing's coming out, and this episode's gonna go out after. So
Oh yeah, that's actually fine though, because as soon as sailing drops on Wednesday of this upcoming week, because we're recording on Saturday,
Yeah.
and I'm literally leaving to Colorado on Friday, so I have 2 days to grind sailing, and then I'm gone for 12 days of basically no RuneScape. So
you
maybe
a
I'll
little
log in a little bit on
sad?
mobile. Actually, I'll probably play a little bit because I'm going to visit my girlfriend, and
Oh,
she
cool.
plays RuneScape. She's a maxed Iron Man, so
Okay,
like
be for real. You guys are just gonna be playing sailing together, like.
I don't have a laptop, so I'm gonna just.
Oh.
I think what I'm gonna do, like I told her, like because we're gonna be driving to a few places, and I was
Fun.
like, I'll be passenger prince, and I'll grab your phone and my phone, and I'll just like AFK salvage for us. So like after our
Yeah.
12-week break or 12-day break, hopefully we'll be like AFK'd to like 70 sailing or something. So then we get
Hey,
back, we have a little bit more open to us for like content.
that is so
So.
funny.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be able to like actively really grind it on release, which I'm actually okay with.
Oh.
I don't really have that competitive nature right now, and I'm also
Yeah.
not like I'm not maxed, and then I have to remax with sailing. I'm just not maxed in general. So
Yeah.
rushing 99 is not a complete obligation to me right now.
I feel a little bad for the people that have to do that because I'm like, you guys aren't really gonna get to explore, have as much fun if you're rushing it.
Yep,
But
it's just rush, and then
I know
get your
that's
max key back
how
and go.
some people like to play the game, is like racing towards it. But I'm just excited to be like, what fun things have we, like NPCs and islands. I'm not excited for sailing
Yeah.
itself, but like all the cool things I'm gonna see. I think it's gonna
Yeah.
be cool. And a turtle.
I think
pack.
I think I actually am really excited. The closer sailing's gotten to release, the more and more excited I've gotten. I'm like, okay,
as
like,
well.
this is actually gonna be kind of cool.
I know we talked
Have you
about
seen the water too? Like, have you seen like the shore lines and everything? It looks
I
cool. And
saw
now
it last night.
I had a Kraken task, and so I was going to like Kraken Cove, and right outside of it, there's like these weird monster krakens out on the sea
I didn't
that are like
see
sailing
that.
krakens.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I
And
did
it's
see
just like, whoa.
there's like mermaids in some places.
Yeah.
It's really cool. But yeah, I was going past the water and I was like, the water looks spicy because it looked like it was like boiling almost in the
Yeah,
wilderness.
it's cool. And like the whole world map, you've seen the world map, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I was
So you
like,
just
I
see
need this
all
to
of
be
the
bigger.
seas and stuff. Yeah. I mean, they'll probably expand it. Who knows?
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so cool. I think we talked about it on your podcast, but anyone who like didn't listen, how did you feel about sailing when it pulled? What'd you vote for? How are you feeling about it originally?
When it was the first three options, shamanism, taming, and sailing, I actually wanted taming until I heard their pitch like a week later. And then I was like, this is the saddest pitch I've ever heard on anything, because they're
Yeah.
so scared of summoning that they had.
Yes.
So it was like the most like dumbed down version of taming that had like no implications to the rest of the game, which is
Yeah.
boring. And then I was like, I'm probably sailing. So I became team sailing. And then when they actually pulled sailing, I voted no on it because I recognize like there's so much that needs to be fixed in this game
Yes.
that we shouldn't be spending a shit ton of time right now in this moment to work on sailing. So I actually did end up voting no to it. It passed,
Wow.
and I was okay with that. It's just like whatever. But I've been pretty critical on some aspects of sailing, and it's not to bait or make people angry or anything intentionally. It's just how I truly feel. I wanted to be very
Yeah.
honest with how I felt about everything without being just dogmatically like anti-sailing or super pro sailing and everything's perfect about it.
Yeah. You're being more like realistic about okay. I'm not gonna lie. I'm obsessed with myself. I looked at comments whenever we were on your podcast because I'm like, are people nice to me? Some people weren't. But I saw a comment and I don't know if you would want me to read it. Is it okay if I tell you what the comment said? If it's a
Oh,
little
sure.
mean?
Oh, no.
Okay, it wasn't
No,
that
yeah.
mean, but it's funny because they said something about like you're whining about the game and like just enjoy the game, blah blah blah. And people say that all the time to Robert as well. And I talked about No Monkey too when he was on here because people think he hates the game. But if you're critical of the game, that means you like the game. You're not gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, I really don't like this shit. Let me talk for 20 minutes why I don't like it." If you hate the game, and
Yeah.
I used to definitely be like a yes man, like just liking everything. I've become more critical now. And it's just like people thinking like you hate sailing because you're talking about realistic concerns about sailing. It's just so goofy. I'm like, you wouldn't talk about it if you were in
It's-
full hatred.
It's partly because there's this overcompensation for things. So for example, if there's a lot of people hating on sailing, that feels unfair.
Mm-hmm.
If you like sailing, or even if you were pretty neutral but just slightly leaning on sailing, you have to
Yeah.
basically overcompensate and say you really love it just to like drown out the voices that are saying they
even it
hate it.
out a little bit.
Yeah, because if you're just on the line, then it's going to look really lopsided of like, okay, people either really hate sailing or they just kind of are okay with it.
Yeah.
So if you actually low-key just are barely on the line, if you want sailing but you're not super pro it, you need to just lean into it so hard. That's the same thing we see with politics. Like people go so hard to the right or left, and it's just
Yeah.
like to balance out like how extreme the other side becomes, and it
Yeah,
just gets
true.
worse and worse and worse. So
So now you're just a diehard sailing fan.
no, absolutely not. But I'm very excited for it, like genuinely, and I
Yeah.
think I think they'll have probably addressed some of my own personal concerns with it. My main three concerns, and for anybody listening that listens to my
gonna
stuff, you've
ask.
already heard this, but it was just render distance. I hated doing the beta and not being able to see far.
Yeah. That's annoying.
Like it was just, I felt claustrophobic. I just like, this is awful to not be able to see. I just want to be able to see super far, like just like
Yeah.
stuff way out in the distance. And I feel like that's actually a reasonable thing that they could actually come up with.
I agree. I think they've talked about render distance too. Like at least acknowledge people's concerns, even if it's not there upon release. It's on the radar.
Yeah. And the other massive thing was boat speed. Your little raft on the beta was moving slower than your person can run. It would move
I think
one
we
and a
talked
half
about this
tiles
when we were on
every
your
tick.
podcast too.
Yeah, it was painfully slow to the point of like I was getting bored and I just wanted to. I would feel sticky on water, and I'd feel this sense of relief boarding or like deboard
Getting
or
off
whatever
the
the word is, like getting off the ship onto the dock. It was a relief, and I'm like, the fact that this is a relief
It's not
is
good.
concerning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very concerning. And then the other issue was just like animation. So like a wake behind your boat
Yes, I
would
love
make a
that.
huge difference. And having your boat go faster and having the speed boost kind of be way longer, or even just initially getting off the dock on your boat have a speed boost. I know that sounds unrealistic, but video games can be unrealistic. Like you can
We have
you can
dragons, so it's
yeah, like
fine.
you can lean into fun. I mean, think about
Yeah.
like I would always bring up the idea of like Mario Kart. Like imagine Mario Kart really focused in on realism. So like whenever you start a race, your guy has to build up momentum slowly instead of just pressing A on the perfect time and just zipping, you know? Like that's what I want. I want to like have a timing of like you click and then your boat's moving, and just be so much more addicting and fun.
People like, I don't know why people get so concerned with the realism for sailing, especially, and if the pride stuff too. They're like, it's a video game, keep real life out of it. And I'm like, what do you like? We have like dragons in this game. Like we could put anything in this game. It's fun. We could make a boat run 500 miles an hour.
We have
Why
Christmas
not?
events where there's like Santa Claus in the game. Like whatever. Yeah.
But I do think it's funny, like the made up lines that people draw in their head to be like, we can't add a wake for whatever reason, or we can't make the boat go faster. And I'm like, we can. We have all kinds of things in this game. Why not?
Yeah, I think that's it's just in my view, like my philosophy toward the game is focus in on fun. Basically have that be the top priority, and then obviously have balance, integrity, whatever else, realism to some degree, I guess. But like really, you should focus on the fun. And I think if something really feels good. So I think a good example is, I don't know, like even like shortcuts where your guy kind of just like magically appears on the other side. Like there's no animation for it. That just feels better. Like I don't care about the animation. I don't care about my dude having a full animation of grappling on a wall that takes 17 ticks to finally get across.
The tunnel when it would actually just be a black
yeah,
screen.
So fucking tilting. It's just so
Realistic
bad.
for no reason. I'm like, why do I have to wait 15 seconds while the chat's like, you go a little closer, you move closer, and I'm like, oh my god, just let me in.
That's the masochism that we used to embrace to some degree. I want to say that my influence helped like expedite that process, because I feel like inevitably that would have been made faster, but I feel like I yelled about it so much to the point where like, all right, let's just fix this right now.
If you have a platform,
it's stupid.
take advantage of that.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, that was That was horrible. I totally forgot. Do they still do the grapple animation?
They do in
used to
some
be,
places.
but not
Like
everywhere.
Yanil, if you wanted to get to like what's the place called? Gutenoth or whatever that little
I
like
don't even know what it's called, so you sound like you're
troll
making
area
it up.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just right south of Yanil and like southeast of Castle Wars, that little
Yeah.
area. There's a clue step in there, and they made a little shortcut up, so it's nicer. But if you wanted to like leave Yanil, if you teleported to Yanil to get there, there is a grapple on that southern wall. But who the hell is bringing a crossbow and a grapple everywhere? First off,
No.
like
We
if it
were
was just
literally talking
automatically
about
on
that.
you,
Yeah.
yeah.
We were talking about that last week because someone was like, how would you overhaul agility? And we're like, well, you wouldn't have to bring a grapple with you everywhere you go. Like, I just don't use those shortcuts. I'm
Just
like
like
"Not real."
somehow attach it to like a graceful piece or something, or
Yeah.
even like I would not be against genuinely in our gear um, menu having something above your infernal cape. So like right now,
Mhm.
another ammo thing goes above your current ammo thing if you have a quiver. So you can have two different ammo types.
Like, what do
So
you
there
mean?
already is a space where that opens up.
Weird.
But if you had it on the other side, on the infernal cape, and had that be like your tool space where
Yeah.
you can have a tool equipment that has like a spade, has a
Spade
crossbow,
would be
has a
nice.
grapple, has just like basic things.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool. That would be something in the future with a skilling mini game that allows you to kind of go around the world and feel like you already have your stuff. Because there's places, if you've ever done medium clues, you know, like if and actually they've already included the rope at Backstorian Falls. You'd have to go to that little tree, you know, where you go into like
Yup.
the waterfall, and you'd have to bring a rope there. Like it was so many times where I just forgot a rope, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm
Yeah.
gonna lose it.
You're like, just wash me away down the waterfall. It's fine.
Yeah, they actually have a rope there now. You can just use it. It's just like
Oh,
a
yeah.
repeatable rope that's sitting there. Yeah.
I feel like instead of even doing that, they could just with all like the grapple ones or stuff like that, just make it like a rock climbing wall. There's no need.
Yeah, just get rid of the
Yeah.
grappling in general.
You
But
don't need 2 inventory slots just to climb the shortcut in Yanil. But
because I was gonna say like just how goofy it is. The southern wall of Yanil has a grapple shortcut that you have to jump on top of the wall. You have to jump off of the wall. It takes forever. But directly north on the northern side of the wall,
It's the tunnel,
it is
is
a
it?
shortcut that's just no. There's one right across from it. Everybody always used to use that little underground tunnel to the northern wall. There is literally a tiny little, there's like 3 little pebbles on the wall, like directly west of it. Seriously, I think like 8 tiles west of it. That is, you click it and you're immediately just teleported to the other side and you just instantly run
Beautiful.
again. It is the most gorgeous thing ever. And nobody even knew about it it's been in the game since like 2001 or something, just something ridiculous. Maybe not 2001, it was 2003 or
long
something.
enough.
Whenever Agility came out. Yeah. But it's just wild to think like that was brilliant and put that everywhere.
and then they just
Make that
they're
go
like,
everywhere.
no, let's use myth grapples. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
I hate
God
it
damn
here.
Seriously.
I do wonder, do you think like your idea about the tool inventory spot, do you think that people would actually be cool with that, or would they say easy escape?
I think most people these days would be okay with something like that as long as it's implemented correctly and it feels balanced to some degree. Because yeah, I just feel like I don't know, that just seems fine to have some sort of like tool inventory thing on you. I don't know.
I'm not opposed to it, but I'm always so afraid of, I don't know when it became like this, but I'm so afraid of people being like, you're dumb, that's a bad take. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, you kind of have to. I've had years of like seeing criticism on ideas of mine and
Yeah.
whatever else, so I feel like I'm a little bit more nuanced with things. To some, maybe I'm not quite. Maybe I'm tooting my own horn, but I
You think
feel
you
like I
are.
can. I think I can come up with ideas that feel right. Sometimes I try to push the boundaries, but I'll acknowledge I'm spitballing and pushing
Yes.
boundaries rather than saying this is how I really feel and this needs to come into the game.
It is so
But-
like funny whenever you say stuff like publicly on like a podcast or stuff. I realize I do this a lot. We have to put a disclaimer. You'd be like, I know this isn't
you
a perfect
have to.
idea. Please God, don't yell at me. I know it's just a random idea. Don't bully me.
You have to.
I do.
You have to express so much.
Because he doesn't
Yeah.
say that. He doesn't do the disclaimer. So I'm like, he's just saying, he's just please. He doesn't read the comments. I'm the only one who's gonna read if you're mean to us.
Yeah, you basically have to
Explain
overstate
and
exactly
everything.
how over explain, overstate exactly what you mean because it would be the same thing for Like I can imagine talking to an audience that's listened to me for years, and a lot of my audience has listened to me for years, but there are always new people coming in. And so you have to, if that's their first video they're ever watching and you're being arrogant and saying, this is how it should be, and this and this and this, it's just going to come off so bad. And so I feel
Yeah.
like the careful, I'm spitballing, I'm joking, because I'll even be sarcastic and I'll like shit on things for fun, just
Yeah.
as a joke. And there's comments like, why are you so angry about things? And I'm like, this is a
People
total
comment on
I was
my
being
shorts
I was
for
being
being
completely sarcastic. Yeah, like this was a complete joke. Like there's even, I remember a video of me like totally trolling a streamer, just like shitting on him as a total joke because we're friends.
Yeah.
And the guy was literally like, dude, you're an awful human for like saying all that negative stuff. I'm like, dude, like we are friends. Like this is a complete it's like
Yep.
not even an inside joke. It's like a joke that anybody else would know about unless
Everyone
you're
else
like
is involved too.
yeah. Unless you're like super autistic, you just like can't understand the sarcasm,
Yeah.
which again, it's like that's why you kind of need to over explain, because it's like there will be people that take it deadly serious of what you say. And so you just have to be like, this is a joke.
I know. I make a lot of shorts of like stuff like joking around and being sarcastic with my chat. And there was one from like months ago that I guess is making the rounds again. Someone commented saying how ungrateful I am because someone traded me their like Tebow or something, and I said like, "Can I have it?" And then they traded me, and I was like, "Ha, I tricked you. I didn't say can I borrow it. Now it's mine." And people are like, "You're so ungrateful," and I'm like, "It's
Oh my
clearly a
God.
joke, and this is my
Yeah.
friend." But it's my Tebow now. Anyway, seriously.
Yeah.
People are
You know what's really awful
interesting.
is because you're saying it's making the rounds again. I've had videos that are years old
Yep.
where I have some weird take that
Oh no, I hate that.
I've like mended. It's just like, this is not how I feel about the game anymore. And some guy will just comment like, dude, you're so clueless. I'm like, bro, this is like 4.5 years ago. Stop.
That happens
Like,
to me too.
I don't feel that way anymore.
It's so ridiculous. Or people comment on like, oh, you first actually.
There's a video, this is slightly related, but there's a video of me like the week of release of TOA. I ran a 300, which was pretty impressive for the time. I had no idea what I was doing. So there's a video of me just saying 300 TOA. And so people that are looking into getting into expert TOAs probably like watch a video. They don't see how long ago it is. And they just click it.
Yeah.
And they're like, let's see what this guy does. And I'm just clueless. I don't know what I'm literally sitting at the obelisk at the first part of Wardens, just tanking all the balls for no reason. They're just endlessly tanking balls. I didn't understand the mechanics at all.
Yeah.
And so I still get comments to this day that are like, dude, what the are you doing in this segment? I'm like, this is week of release. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I
Even
can't
if you're
do this.
just learning, I think people forget that you're not born knowing how to do TOA. You're gonna do dumb
Yeah.
shit at first.
Yeah. Yeah. People imagine I recorded it like a week ago or something. Like, look at me doing the 300 TOA with all the guides that are out now.
I have that too, where people will comment on like old videos and be like, "Oh, how are you able to do this if you like have a Fang kit or something?" And I'm like, this first video is like 12 months older than the other video where I got the kit. And also, yeah, I can't get the kit anymore. I don't go to TOA anymore. I can't do that shit no more.
It's difficult.
It is. It's also not my favorite raid.
Not mine either.
Wait, before we move on to the Q&A, rate the raids. I need to know.
Man, I do enjoy solo chambers. I think just because it is a solo thing where I can just kind of get into it without having to like coordinate a team.
Yeah, that could be
But
exhausting.
Tob has always been the GOAT. Like just doing Tob and having a cool team to go with and just running through it and feeling just like you're going to complete it, not feeling like this is stressful. Hopefully nobody dies. Those are super fun. TOAs can be fun. I never did it the right way. I soloed all my purples on Saeder.
Wow.
But if you do it in teams and you're not looking to get purples like as fast as you can, I think it's actually quite fun.
Yeah.
I was actually running some duos with the GF the other day. We're probably going to do some later today as well.
That's
super
cute.
fun.
Did you guys beat through RuneScape?
She was listening to my podcast for like 2 years. And then she followed me on Twitter and she would like my post. And I'm like, girl, like post. Let's click on her profile. And her profile genuinely was like quite empty. It was just a profile picture of her and then like retweets of like wholesome shit.
Cute.
And she'd never post herself. She never like really had many posts of. This is like a really old Twitter, so she had like some posts like years and years ago. But like, I just reached out to her randomly on
Like,
Twitter
I love you.
and Yeah, no, I just said something goofy, and then she responded with something funny, and then we kind of just like added each other in game, started
Oh,
talking on Discord, and then we were talking every single day and night for hours on end for
oh my
months.
gosh.
And then it kind of just led to us like flying out to see each other.
Wow.
I think we've had 5 trips together now. I'm in Oregon, she's in Colorado,
Yeah.
and we just had a trip in Florida, and then I'm going out there literally on Friday for
Yeah.
12 days. That's where I'm going, and then she's coming out here for 12 days in Christmas.
Cute.
So things are progressing, and it's just amazing. And she loves RuneScape, and that's literally how we met, is like through RuneScape and
That's
through
so
Twitter.
cool. Would you have her on your podcast?
Yes.
That'd
And
be
she's been
cute.
like, she's like, when's the Haley podcast? I'm like, whenever you want. And she's like, maybe we should like wait until like we're like moved in or something, you know? I'm
Oh,
like, sure,
true.
I'm down.
That's so cute. You guys are really cute. Every time you post pictures, I'm like, oh my God, heart.
Yeah. She's adorable. She's awesome. She's genuinely just such a wonderful person.
Oh, how long have you guys been together?
Well, we started talking in May of this year,
Nice.
and we like became official in September.
Cute.
So yeah, and now it's been so it's about like 2.5 months ish of being like exclusive.
Cute. But
So,
pretty
yeah.
much since May.
Pretty much since May. Yeah, we were basically already exclusive, but we just needed to make some sort of official day for it.
That's what I always tell people with Robert too. I'm like, because we've almost been together 7 years, and I'm like 7 years, but technically we're together for 4 months before we were together, so it's past that.
Yeah.
That's cute. I love how many couples there are from RuneScape. It is such a dating website.
It is. It's totally a dating site, and it's the best dating site because
Yeah.
man, the amount of stress I'd have like going on real dates with normies and being like, I feel like I have to justify my whole existence to some degree
Yeah.
because I don't live a normal 9 to 5 job and go out clubbing and go to a bar with the friends afterward. I feel so not normal when I'm
Yes.
with normal functioning members of society to some
Yeah.
degree. And I feel like knowing she already knew who I was through my podcast, where I'm just totally myself, and then she plays RuneScape
Yeah.
a lot, and I play RuneScape a lot. It was just like the perfect thing where I never had to justify anything. She just
Yes.
gets it. I'm like, thank you.
Dating gamers is the move because like I'll see people
It
in chat
is.
be like, how do I get my wife or my boyfriend to like video games? And I'm like, God, I don't know. Like I'm just Robert's literally playing his game right next to me playing Maple Story.
Hell yeah. No, I mean, seriously, imagine like having just dated somebody that shares like none of your interests. It's just
Yes.
like, I know of people that'll come to my stream and be like, yeah, like my girlfriend hates it when I play RuneScape. And I'm like,
why
but
are
you
guys-
love RuneScape.
Yeah. Are you guys okay?
Yeah,
Your
I'm like,
relationship okay?
it just feels awful. Like, I don't know.
No. Like if for whatever reason we like broke up or something, I'm like, I could not date someone who wasn't into video games because I spend a lot of times playing video games. Like, or you at least
Yeah.
have to have your own hobby. Like I have my alone time where I just go and
Yep.
lock in. I don't really know what people do outside of that for hobbies. I even asked my coworkers, like they're like normies. I was like, so what do you like do if you don't play video games? And he was like, play with my dog. And I was like, I'll play with my cats, but then I'll like go back to my video games. Like I don't understand. It's not clicking.
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, it would be weird to like to fall in love with somebody and then to have to like not play or not do what I loved originally to like please her or to like that just feels so backwards. Like
I
why
feel like it would put such a
shouldn't have
strain on a relationship to be like,
it would build up resentment. Yeah, it 100%
Exactly.
would.
Nah, see, could never be me.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm glad Robert's so into gaming, and neither of us like really knew that about each other. We both started playing RuneScape as adults at the same time because I was like, "Oh, my sister told me about this game. Did you ever play it?" And he was like, "I did play that," and then we both started getting into it.
Oh, but like I did play it low key. He's like playing it right then. He's like, yeah.
I remember we would go to McDonald's and get French fries, which we thought were vegan friendly because I was vegetarian. They weren't. Turns out they have beef in them, by the way. I was fake vegetarian. But
Oh, geez, yeah.
we would just play RuneScape on mobile, and then we'd watch sad music videos and almost cry. And it was so weird. Such a weird antisocial couple thing to do, crying outside of McDonald's while playing RuneScape.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
like couple goals right there, honestly.
Yeah. Is that what you and Haley are gonna do in Colorado?
Cry a lot, yeah.
Yeah, date idea.
Yeah, cry and play RuneScape. No, honestly, like I think that's another thing that's just great about her is the fact that like I am a sensitive person.
Yeah.
And being able to like be vulnerable with somebody and not feel like cringe about it or
Yeah.
not feel like I need to never show any emotion to you
Oh, yeah.
because I need to be like the man. It's just
Yeah, I hate
I
that.
remember thinking that. I think the culture I kind of grew up in, just the sort of religious like mindset of like man has to be whatever
The
the,
provider,
man
the
is.
strong, the head
Yeah,
of the household.
everything. Never show emotion and
Yikes.
whatever else. I feel like I've with her I've been able to like shed a bunch of like preconceived ideas of who I'm supposed to be in a relationship and stuff. So it's been great.
That's so nice. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you guys. 7 years, you said?
Yeah, 7 years in a couple
That's
weeks. It's
wild.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still, whenever we get married or something, I don't want to get eloped, but I still am like, I know you don't play RuneScape as much anymore, but we have to take the cringe pictures of us on mobile on RuneScape. Like,
Yes.
it's a done deal. We have to.
It has to. Do you like so how long was it when you were first dating until you moved in?
We started talking in like late July, and then by November we were officially dating. We moved in together the next August, I think.
Okay, so just over a year.
Yeah, just over a year of unofficially, and then like 9 months of officially.
Okay. That honestly sounds like our plan to some degree because we like started talking in May. We're imagining probably moving in the summer.
Is she gonna move there? Or
So-
would you move there?
Most I think at this point it's likely I'd move out there because she's a middle school teacher.
Oh, that's
And
so cool.
so technically she could kind of teach anywhere, but I think she actually likes where she's at.
Yeah.
And this is her first year teaching. She was working some other job.
Oh, so she wants to
prior,
stay
and
with
she just-
them. It's probably. I think it's really hard to get a job as a teacher right now.
Not really, actually. I think it's
Oh,
quite
maybe depending
easy.
on the
At least what I've heard.
Yeah.
But I could be. Not like I've done that much research into it. I think I just heard like one thing on an article, like teachers are definitely in need right now. Like there's a lot
I
of
heard
people
one
that
thing from one person, and I don't know where she lives, so
Mm.
it's probably just her.
Yeah, but she like it's a high probability I would go out there, and it's convenient because I can just be anywhere I want.
Yeah.
I think I'd prefer to be here genuinely. Like I think I'd love to be in Oregon. Like my family's here, and like my brother and sister
Yeah.
are here, and like they're great. So, but
Yeah.
yeah,
You
we'll see
guys-
what happens. But
You guys could always live there for a little bit and then move back to Oregon.
it's
Easy.
true. That's
Easy
true.
peasy.
I don't like the idea. I'm one of those people that I will live out of my suitcase if it doesn't feel like I'm here permanently to some
Oh.
degree. Like I have this mindset where it's like as soon as I feel like I'm only here for a year or a
Yeah.
year and a half, I'm never gonna settle. I'm never gonna just like
Oh, never be
take everything out,
comfortable.
put it in the closet, buy furniture and stuff. I just feel
No,
like I'm
totally.
living temporarily and I hate it. So if I went out there, I would almost intentionally be like, well, let's live here for at least 5 years.
Yeah.
Like
So then I could actually unpack.
yeah, I could unpack, buy new stuff, like feel like the place is mine for a good while.
I totally feel that way
But,
too, because like we want to move overseas eventually, and I'm like, do we even like want new furniture? Because we want to move overseas eventually, and I'm like, it could take 5 years. Like, why am I
Yeah.
like ruining my life now for something that's not even in the process?
True. Yeah.
it's
My
hard,
brain
though.
would just keep thinking like, no, don't buy anything. Just
Whenever we
But-
first moved in here, because we've been here like 6 years or whatever, we had like a bunch of boxes from furniture, and we for 5 years kept them under our couch, so then whenever we moved again we could use them. And then it wasn't until last year that I was like, I'm gonna throw away these boxes. Like, why do we have it? Would like be sticking out from under our couch, low-key, because we had so many boxes. I'm like, there's no point, we're not planning on moving. Like, what is happening?
yeah.
I
I
totally
would do
relate.
that with I would do that with certain things. I'd have like a box of something. I got to keep it here just in case.
Just
It'll be
in
easier to
case.
move it if I keep the box. I'm like, stop.
It's so
fine.
hard to fight that mindset.
It is.
But we can move on to the Q&A because I know you're a little bit time
Cool.
gated, time locked, whatever. I'll start with in real life because you were kind of talking on this a little bit. So this is from Evercore, my Discord. I also forgot I have a question for myself to ask at the end of this time. Hopefully I remember. Evercore said, "It was great hearing you talk about your Mormon experience with Michelle and Rob in your podcast. From one ex-Mormon to another, how important is it that people know this part of your background? Do you feel more inclined to just move past the whole chapter or keep revisiting those experiences?"
Ooh, I love that question. I have to say at first as well, I love meeting ex-Mormons, like fellow
Yes.
ex-Mormons, because it's just like instant connection, instant like
There's so
understanding.
many that escape.
Yeah, it's so nice. It's so nice being able to just like feel this deep connection instantaneously.
Yeah. They know what you went through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to answer the question, I have always felt one, it was really hard. I'm still in the process of moving past it to some degree. I was in group therapy for a couple months just a bit ago. That just ended, and that was like an ex-Mormon sort of therapy group
Oh,
of
that's
just a bunch
cool.
of just like a what was it, 6 of us or something,
Mm-hmm.
being able to sort of talk about our experiences, which was really powerful. And because it feels like I've moved past it in a lot of ways, but I understand it still affects me to some degree, and especially when I'm like
course.
vulnerable and like in a more emotional mindset. Well,
Mm-hmm.
usually late at night, I'll like those thoughts will come back to my mind. And I've always felt the need to justify it. So I feel like I sort of like my sort of intellectual growth was stunted to some
Mm-hmm.
degree, and like just my adulthood was stunted, and it didn't start until like a later period because of just what I was dealing with. And even
Yeah.
sort of being a Mormon, at least the way the Mormonism I was sort of like raised in, it kind of taught you to some degree to not really like not, to not really care too much about certain pursuits, because it just felt like there was so much focus on being a good Mormon.
Yeah.
And how do you be a good Mormon? Like just do what they say, do what they tell you to do. And so there wasn't like this sort of freedom of like get an education and not ruminate and be obsessively
Yeah.
compulsively thinking all the time about these existential thoughts of like heaven and hell and all this stuff. And so it was definitely stunted. And I think Mormonism as well, like kind of prolonged my childhood. So like not like you need to drink or anything, but like the fact that I was told never drink, never do any of this, like the idea of like a bar was just like that's Satan's place, like never
Oh.
go to a bar, never go, like anybody that's not Mormon, especially after a mission, like because I went on a 2-year mission, it's just like a full 2-year indoctrination camp, just getting
Oh
you
my
more and
God.
more into it. And the more like a mission, I know I'm just kind of going on to separate
No,
tangents, but
this is
it's
what
all
we
going to
wanna hear.
connect at some point. Yeah, but like the mission, it felt like was just a furthering of digging your heels into this. And so
Yes.
to some degree, spending 2 years of your life preaching about something and then to go against it takes a huge hit to your pride to admit like this was a mistake or like this was a
Yeah.
waste of time.
Well, and
Nobody
it's been
wants
your
to
whole
admit
life too,
yeah.
even outside of the mission.
And nobody wants to just be like this was a mistake or like this
Yeah.
was not worth my time or this was so many people. I mean, many missionaries leave the church afterwards, but there's a lot that stay, and I think it's because of that pride aspect of like I did this and I need to keep digging my heels in deeper and deeper and deeper and never admit that I was wrong or never admit like this was not the right thing to be doing.
Yeah.
And so that that ended up sort of prolonging this sort of innocent state of like never really experiencing the world really, because it felt like the world was dangerous and
Yeah.
you have to be safe with God and his chosen people and whatever. And it's just like be with Mormons. And there was even, you know, the church isn't super, super strong against like disowning people that aren't Mormon, but it was really like really do your best to associate with Mormons because that'll build up your faith more and more. And if you're associating with people that aren't in the faith, like they'll tear you down. And of course, that's just total cult mentality. Like we want
Yeah.
you to stick in this. And if you start discovering different lifestyles or different sort of ideas,
You might wanna
it's
leave.
going to, yeah, you'll want to leave most likely. And so again, so all that said, it felt like I needed to justify to many people that I'd meet of why I'm the way I am. Because one, I wasn't confident in, I didn't have confidence in myself because I felt like I wasn't the person that I wanted to be. And I just felt like I was like stunted in a lot of ways with my growth. And I dropped out of school because I was ruminating on religious
Oh.
matters. And I was just, having a full deconstruction of my faith, which took years away from being able to just have like a normal life and healthy life, meeting people. Like, there was no
Yeah.
chance that I was going to be able to have maintain or make like new relationships with people, when in my head I am just like depressed, ruminating on just
Jeez.
existential stuff. Like, I've completely lost my identity. I've abandoned a lot of my friends that are Mormon because I feel like they see me as like a traitor or like somebody that's lost his way, and all that. Even in that time, I remember the feelings of maybe I should just go back. Like, maybe I should just
That's
go
so
back because it'll just be
sad.
comfortable. It'll just be more comfortable that way. So to answer the question now is, I do feel the need to justify it, but I'm more and more as time goes on, the more I'm able to sort of let it go to some degree. But I still feel passionate. Some of it's probably from the OCD from it, of just obsessing over it. But I do feel, and this is why I talk about it on the Saeder cast, I do feel passionate about like religion and
Yeah.
how damaging it can be to a lot of people. Like, not to say everyone's brains are different and stuff,
course.
but to many people, they feel like there's no way out of these sorts of systems. And I remember being deep, deep, deep in Mormonism, where the idea of being out of it never crossed my mind. There was no world where I could not be Mormon.
Yeah, you're
There just wasn't any world.
in it.
Yeah, it was just like, this is reality. The creator of the universe is a Mormon God, and the idea of leaving is just eternal damnation. It's just like, you never thought about it.
That is so scary to try and like
And-
deprogram your brain
Yeah.
from thinking that.
Oh, it's so damning. It's so bad. And like, so that's why I talk about it. And I don't feel like there will ever come a point where I just ignore the topic or be like, I moved on, so now I'm just going to never talk about it again. I feel like there is value in discussing how bad a system is of like
Yeah.
indoctrinating an innocent child with the idea of hell. Like, that's abuse. Like, I don't like that. And like, I'm against it, even if it's uncomfortable, of like, don't offend people with their religious beliefs. Like, that's abuse. Like, you can't
Yeah.
imagine I were to take, like, if somebody is thinking that's not abuse, imagine I took your child every week and indoctrinated them with my own belief system of like, hey, if you don't believe in this Easter bunny that's floating in space, you're going to burn in hell for eternity.
Jesus.
And
You don't
and the
really
only
think
way
about
to
it
do
that
it is to do
way.
these rituals. And then I just keep indoctrinating them
Yeah.
weekly, like a newborn baby growing up with those weird, twisted ideas. It's going to f them up a little bit, like, or a
Like how
lot. In my
outspoken
case, it was a
you are
lot.
about it. I think you probably,
Yeah,
I'm sure,
it's just-
helped a lot of people like deal with it
I would.
on their own.
I do hope. I do hope to some degree, because it's very, very hard to leave.
Yeah.
And it's also not comfortable. It's not an easy path to leave a cult, or to leave, because my situation, like, Mormonism's very high demand group vibes. It's very culty. It's very like, you must do all this. And I feel like mainstream Christianity, it feels like you could just kind of like live your life normally, and there's nothing really like deep about having to wrap your whole lifestyle around the
Yeah.
religion. So I do understand to some degree how much more potent my experience was, but there are people in cults all the time. And I feel like just to recognize a cult and leave one can help you recognize so many others. And it is a helpful thing. Like, I wish more people in my life growing up would have been outspoken about how bizarre my beliefs are.
Yeah.
Because I just never questioned it, and everybody did it out of respect. Like, nobody wanted to offend me or offend my
Yeah.
beliefs. I'm like, dude, like, these aren't my beliefs. Like,
I was
they
just
were
raised
drilled
this
into me
way.
as a child. Yeah, just like,
Yeah.
help me out, teach me something.
Tell me I'm not going to go to
So.
hell. Like, please.
Yeah, please help me.
Oh, I like that answer. Because Wraith was like, Evercore, his username used to be Wraith. He was like, not sure if like that was a good question. I was like, I love this question.
I love it too, and I love how I've been able to firsthand experience the sort of deconstruction. Well, the one of really being able to recognize how powerful belief is. So I think there's some religious people, or some like secular people that just have never been religious, that can't imagine somebody actually believing something like this.
Yes.
Like something very bizarre, like Joseph Smith had gold plates that he translated by looking into a dark bag and just
Oh my
wrote
God,
down all
I
these
didn't know that was
scriptures.
the story.
It's very bizarre. It gets so weird, and I truly believed it. Like there was no doubt in my mind that like this stuff happened. And all the doctrine, just I believed it. And people can't imagine that I actually believed it. It's more like I think people imagine, well, they don't actually believe it. It's just, it's helping them cope or something, but they don't actually, no, I actually believed it. And so
fully
to
did.
be able to fully recognize that people can truly believe something that's crazy, and then to leave it and to have experienced the deconstruction, the pain and the anxiety and the depression from all of that, and to then rebuild and to experience like, I haven't experienced full healing, but I've experienced elements of like actual healing, and to know that and to actually have hope of real healing is really powerful, because for years I didn't think I'd ever be able to heal. It just felt like now at this point my life is going to be endlessly miserable because I'm never going to be able to like wipe this like toxicity away, like this mind poison away. And I feel like I've finally started like recognizing, oh, I'm healing. Like I'm actually getting over this like horrible feeling. Like I don't think it'll ever fully leave, but the healing's possible. I think that's like something very hopeful to understand.
Oh, that's so like inspiring, because I know there's a lot of ex-Mormons in like my community, even randomly, that might listen to this, and I hope it resonates with them too.
Yeah, no, it's healing is possible. It 100% is, and I remember thinking it was never going to be possible. But I feel healed to some degree at least.
That's so great. I like that you did
Yeah.
the support group too. I feel like that would probably be nice to talk to other
It,
people.
it was helpful. It was.
Oh, that's nice. Our next question is a little bit lighter. Sorry, I made you go down serious.
Don't
things.
ever apologize. No, I love it. You should apologize to your audience. Some of your audience probably like, I wanted to hear about RuneScape, and then I started talking about cults and whatever else.
If me and Saeder are interacting, we're talking about religion. Like, I don't know why. I just think it's fun to talk about. I wasn't raised Mormon.
I do too.
I had them in my family, so I'm like, ooh. I just remember like our cousin got married and we weren't allowed to go to his wedding because it was in a temple, and just being like, that's stupid. I want to go to a wedding, and then just hearing more about it from you or people in my chat, I'm like, I don't know if I wanted to go to this wedding. I'm fine.
You didn't want to go. Trust me. It's weird. In fact, you'd be scared. You'd feel these like, you'd probably feel a really negative energy. Like this is not right.
The vibes are off.
Yeah, you're in this room and they're making like these weird vows to God with all of it, and like that. I mean, I think the wedding is probably not as crazy as like the endowment and the other rituals that happen. I mean, you're basically making covenants of like, if you don't do this, like you, like God will smite you down. Like just like a lot of like weird kind of like violent things, and it's so culty, and you didn't know what you were getting yourself into, and then you're just like here and you're intimidated to leave, and so you're just making all these covenants, and you're like, oh, and then you leave and you're like, that was fine because everyone else seems like they're normal, but then you pretend like it's normal.
Kill me?
Yeah, it's so like you're shanghaied into this whole system, and then all of a sudden you leave and everyone is pretending like it was normal, and then you're like, I need to pretend like it was normal, and then somebody else that's new to it, you're pretending like it's normal to them, and they're like, wait, he thinks it's normal, so
You're
maybe
all just tricking each other.
Yeah, you all are just like gaslighting each other repeatedly of like, everything's fine. It's not. You're just losing it. Yeah.
That's scary. Oh my God. I'm glad you're so open about it though, because I think, it's nice to hear people be critical of it.
Yes, it's important, I think, because it's like genuinely, there's toxicity in it.
Yeah. Next question. This one's from Robert. He asked right before we started recording, so this is unexpected. He wants to know, this is such a topic change. It's hilarious asking this question. What's your favorite takeout food, and what do you like to make?
I love pizza. I love wings. Yeah. I think if it was, there's a lot of things I usually want, but it's just like the more expensive option. I feel like I'm very frugal. I'm just like, if I'm going to get something, I'm going to get the cheap thing. I'm going to find the deal. And a lot of the times it's like a cheap pizza or cheap wings or like cheap, I don't know, a burger or something. I never, good. It's good, but it's like, I feel like that's never my absolute choice. I think my choice would be like getting a poke bowl or something, like something more expensive, fancy, you know, get like a shrimp and spicy tuna, like poke bowl with all the other ingredients and veggies and everything in it. Like that, I love poke bowls.
Yeah. You're just scared to like indulge sometimes, like, because the price.
It's just the price. Yeah. It's just like I could spend, because in Eugene, like everything's a little bit more expensive as well.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Taco Bell will have like, oh, look, we have a new $7 box or something. And here it's like $11.50 for some reason. I'm like, hello. It's
the
crazy.
Oregon upcharge for no reason. Weird.
Because there's just no, they can, like, because people still get it. And it's
They
just like,
want
God
it
damn
bad
it.
enough. They're like, fine.
A place like where you live, like, because you're near LA, right?
We're San
Or
Diego.
San Diego, that's
Yeah.
right.
I think they do the same with some places. I think they charge more than other small towns.
But I feel like there's enough food competition where there is this sort of like competition of like getting your price a little bit lower. Because I remember going to Orlando, it's a huge city, and DoorDash was just like the top like advertisements. This is like a year and a half ago, but just I could get the cheapest food because there was so much competition to just like get people in
True.
on DoorDash. And so I remember like ordering Popeyes and they had like 70% off of like a bunch of stuff. I'm like, what the hell? Like,
When is there coupons at Popeyes?
I don't even know, but I just remember like, dude, if I have to drive 20 minutes to get to a Popeyes around me and everything is like $4 more expensive than what it says on the prices, because it's the only Popeyes around, like, and it's the only place to get like Popeyes chicken, So
Yeah.
but I think I mostly lean on, if I wanted to get something, I want to get something healthier that doesn't make me feel like total crap.
Yeah.
And then his other question was what I like to make. Recently I've been loving making like chicken salads. So again, it's kind of just like the trying to eat a little bit healthier, but I'll air fry some boneless, skinless chicken thighs, seasoned up pretty nicely. And those just come out so beautifully. And I slice those up, put it on a salad of like lettuce and spinach with like chopped tomatoes and red onions and
Oh my gosh.
avocado and whatever else. Then I'll put like balsamic vinegar and olive oil on it and some salt and pepper, and it's just amazing.
So
and
nutritious.
It makes and it's just like it's a solid meal that is so easy and it's just delicious. And I feel like I would pay for something like this. I would pay $15 for a bowl like this, you know what I mean?
I think it's the best
and I can just
whenever
make
you
it at home.
find food at home that you're like, this is better than takeout. I don't even want to go grab food.
Mhm.
It's the best feeling ever.
And you
Helps
feel
keep
good
going.
like making it too. I think there's
Yes.
something satisfying about like preparing the chicken, putting it in the air fryer and like smelling it, and like then all of a sudden it's done.
Hey guys, it's Michelle. I am editing. This is in the future. I realize I muted myself for 5 minutes. So I am just going to answer the questions I asked and then play the original clips. So my first question was from Evie Mister on Twitter. After seeing the changes to the world map, are you more or less excited for sailing?
More. I think most of it is just the reality that it's about to hit. I think if sailing was still a year away, I'd be still a little bit more outspoken, just like hoping things are going well. But I think we've seen enough evidence of like this update's probably going to slap. And I'm actually just low-key excited about just getting on the water and just experiencing it all. Yeah, I'm excited. So I think I will say though, the sea, all that water, like they did a good job with the water graphics, like with what they're having, the blue carpet. They did a good job of, I'm like looking right now, I'm like outside of Rand's cave mining a star, and they're just looking around, and there's like little rocks out in the ocean and little whirlpools and stuff. So it just looks great. Yeah, it's cool.
Nomadless from Twitter asked, do you think a hardcore main mode would pass the polls today versus when hardcore was pulled and released back in 2016?
It depends what they mean by hardcore main mode, because there's two ideas in my head. One is just completely in the game, in the normal servers, that's just you're a main account that has one life. And then when you die, you just become a normal main account. And that's the extent of it. Yeah. And but if this person's listening to a bunch of my content, I also had the idea of, it wasn't my idea. It actually originated from T Papa, and he got the idea from like Hardcore WoW. But it's like it's a separate server entirely where everybody is a hardcore main account, but it's separate. So everybody in the world has one life, and when you die, you're kicked out. It's just gone. Like you're but it's so cool because every single person that you're associating with is also one life. And so it makes just like this added like specialness to like the whole server. And just thinking about PvP, for example, it just sounds so crazy to jump out in the wilderness and to know everybody around you has one life, meaning you're bringing all your best gear every time to go out there, because why not? You can't go naked because if you're naked you, or leave and your bank's deleted and everything. So, and then I think there would be like these kind of like standoffs of like you see somebody, you're like, oh god, like let's just choose not to attack each other, and then like yeah, and then like raids of like thinking of dying, and then one of your teammates dies in Tob, and he's not caged, he's just out of the server. He just died, and he's like, yeah. And I think there's just so much excitement about that mode, but
would it pass?
I think it could if they made a good enough pitch about it. I think so much of it is dependent on like a blog post. And just timing of it. It's like right now, if they were to like time it, just feels like it's too much because Salient's coming out and whatever else. But if there was like a lull in the updates and they proposed something like that, I think it could easily pass the 70% threshold easily.
I could see a private one or a separate server passing as well. For the main game, I'm less certain. I do think it'd be cool to have like regular servers and you can be a hardcore main, because I'm like, dang, I don't want to commit to the full iron life. Like that's stressful.
But I mean, and the hardcore main separate servers is really cool too, because you're still a main account. You could still trade with everybody. You have a fresh economy.
I didn't think of it like that.
That feels extremely exciting too. But either way, I'd be down for. I think that the simplest is that first option of just a hardcore main. It's the easiest update. It would take them 2 seconds. Like literally, like just add the restrictions of dying, but you're a main account. You can just do everything together.
They already have the fresh start worlds. Just restart it. Hardcore main everyone. It would be so satisfying and funny, I think, though, to be like at the GE at the beginning, tons of people, and slowly more and more people just disappear because their accounts got deleted.
Yeah.
That'd be really funny. I'd probably die so quick, though, unfortunately.
You could just be a skiller, you know? Like that's the other cool thing. It's like it's not like everything's dangerous. It's not like it is a dead man mode. It's the same game. So there would be a fresh economy to do skilling. True. And then you could make a bunch of money and swap it over if you wanted. And like, I just think there'd be so much excitement about that fresh server vibe.
It would be fun.
And maybe bring back dangerous random events, but maybe not.
No. Oh my God.
Because then it's like you can't AFK. It's like a world where this
truly
you
hardcore.
Yes, that'd be cool.
Kind of scary. I know people have obviously died in some dumb ways. It reminds me like Wonderlist. She's a streamer. I haven't seen her in a while, but I think that's again like us missing each other. But she died on a hardcore because she got stuck on the dangerous tree at Drainer Manor, and she was making a joke about killing her, and then it actually like killed her. I don't know.
Oh my God, she died to a tree.
She died to a freaking tree. I think it was on a hardcore. It might have just been iron, but I don't know. Because you're like, you could just skill, and I'm like, you don't understand. There's dangers amongst Skillinor.
Yeah,
I've been killed by a highwayman just minding my own business.
That's horrible.
Like, it was
stand and deliver. Yeah.
It was really messed up. Stand and deliver. It was really hard on me. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
Thank you. From Gillinor News Network from Twitter. Oh my God. You know, I had my cat Goose on my shoulder. If anyone had cameras on, she typed a bunch in the middle of this question. So, how would you assess RuneScape's current rate of change? Oh, shoot, she kind of messed it up. Okay. Current rate of change to many updates, too few, or just right?
No, I think it's pretty good. We've had a really good balance this year of solid updates. And yeah, I mean, I think the thing I worry about potentially is continuously coming out with new stuff rather than fixing old things.
Yeah.
But they've done a good job of updating old stuff. I mean, we just had a Slayer rework, which is amazing. We've had some great like shortcuts added to the game, which makes the game feel more alive.
Mm-hmm.
And like more like there's reason to train agility. And I think they are. Yeah, I think they are making efforts to clean up the game to some degree. And there's so much incentive to not do that. And I'm proud of them for honestly sort of sticking with their kind of roadmap of like, we still want to fix the game, even though the game's at its highest peak players and there's so much incentive to just be like, let's just keep popping out new content for all the new people. They do a good job of like, let's still keep repairing the game. So I think they're doing a great job. I think the balance is pretty on point.
I think there being new players too probably adds more incentive as well for fixing old things, because it's like, oh shit, like this is kind of embarrassing. This thing's been kind of messed up for 20 years. We need to get this down for the WoW players find it. Next question from Veruxium from Twitter. Sorry, because this is kind of another in real life one. At what point did you gain confidence to leave your job / pursue streaming content creation full time?
I didn't have the confidence. I just did it. I was one of those content creators, like I was saying earlier, but like I just working crappy jobs, didn't know what I was doing in school, was kind of lost, and I just wanted to play RuneScape a lot. And the way to do that was to just stream it. So I had some money saved up, moved across the country with my brother. It was
cool.
a great position to be in where I didn't have a partner, didn't have to take care of anybody. I really just had the freedom. I was 23. I just had the freedom to like live a single life and even have a brother that if I, for some reason, couldn't pay rent that month, he could spot me and I could pay him back.
Yeah, you have a support network.
Exactly. So I was definitely blessed and lucky in a lot of ways. And yeah, I just sent it and I just kept doing it. And I just recognized like how I remember having nights where I'd be panicking about like the idea of having to like stop all this and like go back to work or go back to school or something. And I'm just like, and I was just, it was rough. And I remember like, I'm just going to keep sticking with this, keep doing it.
And it's paid off. Too.
Yeah, it's been really cool. And I'm honestly like so grateful to the community for like making it happen. Cause if it wasn't for the community, I couldn't do this.
Oh yeah.
And the people that support like my podcast monthly and the people that have like subbed to me and have donated, like all that stuff has just gone such a long way.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah.
I have one last question before we end because I know you gotta go. But I also didn't prepare you for this. Sorry to put you on the spot. What is one tip you would give new OSRS players?
Ooh, the tip I always give to new players is quest. It's just quest.
Yes.
It's just so it opens up everything. And I think the reason I say that is because I remember having a friend in college where he loved RuneScape, but he would burn out immediately because he'd be like, yo, can you spot me with a bond? And I'm like, sure. Give him a bond, and then he would just go kill like flesh crawlers on a members world, basically. I'm just like, dude, go like quest, like do something. He's like, nah, bro, it's just too exhausting. I just don't want to do it. I'm just gonna do my thing. And I'm like,
gonna kill flesh crawlers. It's
like
fine.
You'll enjoy the game more once it's open to you, and you can actually experience more things. And the only way to do that is to do the annoying things to some people, which is questing. But you have Quest Helper now.
Yeah.
He didn't have Quest Helper back then, so I don't blame him for hating questing. I didn't want to do it either. It's just awful. But like,
shout out Slayer
some
Music
people like
those videos.
Yeah. Some people like questing. He hated it, and I always felt so bad because he'd play for like 2 days, get bored, quit, and I'm like, bro, you got to open up the game to yourself. Please quest. He had like 40 quest points.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Just so sad. I'm like, bro.
That's absurd.
Yeah. So quest, and get your quest cape. And the cool thing is that everything is really low requirements for the most part. And when you need a new requirement, you can just train up a tiny bit or do a quest that gets you there.
Yep.
There's an optimal quest order on the wiki and on RuneLight that'll show you what to do. It's so important.
Yeah. That's my favorite tip too. So whenever I have guests on, I always ask this question now and they answer quest. I'm like, yes, 100%.
It has to.
But tell us your socials so everyone can follow you. I'm still going to link them down below, but just in case.
Perfect. I occasionally stream on Twitch. So Twitch at Saeder, Saeder. Same thing with YouTube. I go by Saebe and Saeder. Saeder's usually the handle. Like on YouTube, that's technically my handle is Saeder, but it'll just say Saebe. But you can find me on YouTube as well. Just look up Saebe. And then, of course, the Saebe Cast. So SAE space BAE space cast. That's on Spotify. Check it out on Spotify if you're interested. I've obviously started the offshoot. Bunebape, Rob and Michelle have been on the Saebe Cast twice. So if you guys love them, we've had some great conversations. They were just on like a month ago or so. So
yeah. And so many other cool guests. You've had like everyone that you could possibly think of on the podcast.
Yeah, not everyone. There's still so many people to get through, which is crazy. But I have had some great conversations with people. So check it out there. The podcast is mainly what I'm focusing on, but I still occasionally will stream and do some YouTube videos as well. So
perfect. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for the invite. I genuinely enjoy like talking with you and Rob. Obviously, Rob's Rob's playing his Maple Story. But shout out to both of you guys. Seriously, I love you guys. You guys are just a wonderful part of the community. And you guys' podcast, honestly, like it's cool connecting with other podcasters as well. I just think
It's fun. I love talking about behind the scenes stuff. I think it's so
yeah,
cool.
and I think the kind of I think collaboration in content creation is very important.
Okay.
And I just don't feel like there's enough of it going around in the OSRS community.
Yeah.
So thank you for having me, and keep doing what you're doing. I love it.
Of course, you too. And thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you next time.